most recently where the acting pro tem, the president, and the speaker were from Bomi, and the vice president was from Western Liberia. Nobody raised that. Far distant past, the president and the pro tem were related. They were brothers, and the speaker, they were all from Monserrado County. Okay, so this is not unprecedented. What people are looking for at this point, I think, is more effectiveness than regional or party balance. And remember, in the immediate past, the current or the outgoing deputy speaker, I think he was confirmed yesterday. He was certificated yesterday.
Yeah.
Was not from the Southeast, and he was not from the CDC. You got to compare that now. Fine, gentlemen. Did it make the difference in the issue of regional or party balance? What was the effectiveness, and what was the reason why? That is a compelling reason why to keep it that way. And I will tell you, it wasn't because at the end of the day, his effectiveness was based on his ability to get things done, not because of the region he was from or the party he was from, but his relationship.
There are claims that you have some tax liability with the LRA and you're in court for that matter.
So, is that a theft? Let's assume that it's true. Am I not doing business? Julius, think about it. I earn my livelihood through business. The United States of America is living through debt. If I owe the government tax and I say, let me be paying small, that crime? Is that a crime now? Didn't you hear the president of Liberia announcing that the government of Liberia was owing 1.5 billion? Should we bring the government down and say it's sipping crime? Hello? There's no crime in owing. There's no business in this world that can move 1 foot without going to the bank and credit money. So what is the crime of me owing tax?
People are saying it's tax evasion, which is a little different from...
That's nonsense.
Which is different from owing debt.
That's nonsense. That's not true. That's nonsense.
Okay.
That's complete nonsense. And that's not true. Again, share lack of knowledge. I Julius, I have to say I'm very proud of you. And I must attribute it to your level of education, because when you hear things like that about people, research it and find out whether it is true or not. If I come in this office and say FIFA removed me because I carry them to court, I will probably it will be my war against FIFA war. Thank God that through your professionalism you went on the website. I didn't show it to you, of course, obviously, because you know your job, you and myself can discuss this thing, so you research it and you found out, and you corroborated with my information. That's what people do. So you get it. It's tax evasion. Is that tax evasion? I don't even want to go there, because that's not tax evasion. Every business in Liberia here, every business. On my book, in my company, the debt that people owe me is 11 million United States dollars. That's what people owe me. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to go jump in the sea, or I'm going to go commit suicide because the people owe me. If I owe the government 100,000, 200,000, that's nothing. I tell you, hey, yes, on here, come for the balance tomorrow. What's wrong with that? That's better than stealing. Can people see that some of us have chosen to live out of our own sweat? Then you make me look like I'm a demon?
Let's stop being hypocritical here. Minister Fagon is talking about this man escape. He liking him to armed robber. Then what is stopping the government from extraditing the man? Simple. Don't tell me about cost. We should stop being hypocritical in this place. The law was made to be kept. Liberia has a very fine relationship with America, and this man is living in a state where the current president-elect and soon-to-be president is living. We have an ambassador here. You have not made any effort to bring the man. So you're stopping him from exercising the other right that belongs to him? I said no, and I stand by it. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't pretend to be one, but it does not mean I'm a feeble person. I know exactly what I'm saying. So you should stop giving wrong advice.
Beautiful Friday morning. So wherever you are joining us this morning, today is Friday 29 May 2026. This is the OK Morning Rush here on OKFM 99.5. We're broadcasting from Lynch Street here in Central Monrovia. Good morning to all of you joining us this morning. They say Friday for everybody. And Fatu Kamara is rocking Friday for everybody in green. It's beautiful though. So coming up shortly, we'll bring you the commercials. Update from the region. Recognition of those following us right here. Talk about some of the trending issues happening in the country. And recently it's been some kind of, football related debates. Former Lone Star players, raising concerns. Information and counter information. But I sincerely love my shirt this morning. If nobody tells me, I'm going to tell myself. And this is a special gift from Linda Moore. It's a gift from my sweetheart Linda Moore, and I appreciate this shirt so much. So we'll have some interaction after talking about some of the pertinent issues in the country. At 8 o'clock this morning, we will have the Chief Executive Officer of Bokon GDEC Group of Companies, Mr. Elton Jones, will be our guest at 8 o'clock this morning. That will run up to 9. At 9, we expect that we'll have Bishop Nimle Doyen here. However, because of distance and other things, we will have to do the interview by phone. So at 9 o'clock, we'll speak with him. He's a two-time former candidate in District Number 2, Montserrat County. And also head of the Independent Catholic Church of Liberia. So yes, we'll talk about national issues, local issues in District Number 2, Montserrat County, where he resides, where he had some of his many activities impacting communities. So that interview will be by phone up to, 9 o'clock this morning. So just before we bring the commercials, let's say good morning to Fatu.
Good morning, Marka. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you've been praising your shirt. But I not see the shirt on you before.
I know it's not true. Yes.
Maybe you just love it, so you get CD or your phone. But I've been seeing the shirt on you. I not see the shirt on you.
No, not at all. This is my first time wearing it. It was just presented to me yesterday when I came from work.
Must be what? What's the
sometimes it's good.
inscription?
You don't have to read it. It's okay.
Just be
what?
Just be stopped?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's nice.
It's a nice shirt anyway. Yeah. It's beautiful. But you praising your shirt because what happened now? Other people not praising it?
Not so, because I appreciate a gift from my woman. Yeah.
When is the wedding?
I don't know when you receive gift.
No, I've received gifts.
But you don't disclose them because you're
Yes,
not.
because it's not.
Because sometimes you don't want people to know who gave the gift, so that's your problem. But that's not the issue.
Marka.
That's not the issue. That's
Yes,
yeah.
you know, you have to be doggos. So, good morning. You know, it's our duty to always be here every morning and to do our work. You know, the Liberian is not our work anyway. It's the Liberian people's job. It's a good thing that we are here again. God gave us life to see another morning. So it's a good thing that we're here, Marka.
Okay, thank you. So we'll go for the commercials. Yeah. This one right here, beginning with.
So you're banking, no stress, standing online.
Check out, mommy. Are we running LLA so?
Mami, Aledo, I'm going to join a bank line nah, before the place get packed.
Bank line?
Yeah.
Hey, check out, you really wasting time in the player. Oh. You not hear about the Bloomberg digital app yet?
Bloomberg app? You sure that thing really working?
My man, what are you talking so? The thing working. On that app, you know what all you can do?
No.
You making phone, my man. So you just press small. You tap small. You can send money right away. You pay your bill. You check your balance. You can even borrow small money right on your telephone.
You mean all that thing get really happy inside the one phone?
Yeah, so it working everywhere in Liberia with HNC banking and even all around Africa. You can even use your own currency. And you know what they call currency? You can use it in your own Liberian dollar.
Then I inside for good. From today, call me Papa Bloomberg Ticketor.
My people, you all go to the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. We download the Bloomberg app so our life can be easy. My people, we ready to bloom. Oh. Bloomberg Africa, we make it happen.
You want flex so you're banking. You want flex so you're banking. No stress, standing online. You want
Check out, mommy. Are we running LLA so?
Mami, Aledo.
Good news to all travelers in and out of Liberia. Sumahoro Transport Service, ST, has introduced new fleet of buses in Liberia to take travelers from Monrovia directly to Ghana, Abidjan, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. We can also do connections for our passengers to Lomé, Cotonou, and Lagos, as well as Bamako, Dakar, Banjul, Kankan, Madiana, and Labe. We carry valuable items to your loved ones through our courier service. We also have delivery service to your various destinations upon arrival in Monrovia. We have taxi service to and from our parking station to your home. Please come to our red light office opposite Zone 9 Depot Police Station or call 0775 908830 0886 0555 558801 for bookings. ST is here to serve you. Are you looking for the sweetest, purest, and most natural honey in Liberia? Then look no further than Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey, produced right in the heart of Neighbor County. No chemicals, no additives, just real natural honey straight from the hive to your table. It's the taste of nature. Once you try it, you will never go back. Want to start your own honey farm and see results in less than 6 months? Then contact Gabriel C. Gwen today. Call 0776 596 623 or 0886-596-623. Gabriel C. Guer Natural Honey can be found on Link Street in Umeshap, right opposite the Ministry of Public Works. Gabriel C. Guer Natural Honey. Taste it and be the judge.
We are brave. We are passionate.
Hey, Tanu, I need cash and there is no ATM around here.
Really?
Did you try the EcoBank POS?
POS? I said I need cash. What is it about POS?
Judy, you can get your cash through the POS. All you need to do is to visit any EcoBank Express point or petrol trade gas station and request to use the POS. Guess what? It can also take other bank cards.
Oh, widow, you mean cards from banks overseas too?
Yes, it should just be your Visa card.
Wow, great. So when there is no ATM around me, I will just use the POS to get my money fast. EcoBank has made it too easy, man. EcoBank and innovation that real 5 and 6 so.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
The Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA, informs all taxpayers and the general public of the ongoing registration exercise for medium and large taxpayers in preparation for the transition to the value-added tax VAT regime. The registration process includes the deployment of an electronic invoicing system in accordance with Section 55C of the Revenue Code of Liberia as amended and the Income Tax EFD regulation. All concerned taxpayers are encouraged to register online on the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr by clicking on the Online Services tab, selecting GST or VAT registration, and completing the registration process. A team from the LRA will visit your premises to provide support for the registration process. Taxpayers are strongly advised to fully cooperate with the LRA registration teams to ensure successful registration and smooth deployment of the electronic invoicing system. Failure to comply with the registration requirements may result in penalties as prescribed under the amended Revenue Code, including other punitive measures. Please note that pursuant to the Liberia Tax Amendment Act of December 2025, approved on March 24, 2026, the Goods and Services Tax GST rate has been adjusted from 12% to 13% as part of efforts to facilitate a smooth transition to the value-added tax VAT system in 2027. For more information, visit the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr or call 0770 572 572. Signed, Marka P. Crote, Commissioner, Domestic Tax Department.
Are you ready for an electronics upgrade? Get ready for more Samsung. Hadid Electronics, your sole distributor for Samsung product in Liberia, is thrilled to let you know about our Samsung showroom in Congo Town. That's right, located opposite Executive Car Rental and adjacent to Platinum International Hotel. Our new Congo Town branch is your destination for all things Samsung. Step into our stunning Samsung showroom and discover the latest and greatest. We've got Samsung televisions globally acclaimed in every size imaginable. The world's #1 brand. Experience breathtaking visual with our 4K Smart TV. But that's not all. When the heat is rising and you need it cool, step into comfort. Make that smart move. Samsung air conditioners, the best in town. Fast cooling power that brings temps down. Anti-corrosion, built to last. Quality and comfort, unsurprised. And if you need help, don't you fear, our service center is always near. Upgrade your kitchen with the latest Samsung gas stove and make laundry day a breeze with Samsung advanced washing machine and dryers. Our latest Samsung microwaves are here. Keep your food perfectly fresh with Samsung ice boxes and freezers. Here's the biggest part. For a limited time, enjoy special offer on all Samsung items at our new Congo Town showroom. Don't miss out. Rush now to Hadid Electronics Samsung showroom in Congo Town before stocks run out. Call us today 0886 511 005 0777 511 005. Hadid Electronics Samsung showroom in Congo Town, adjacent to the Platinum International Hotel, where original Samsung products live.
Liberia! Whoa! What you are hearing so, my people? No more bluffing your friend about Ghana business or Nigeria. To go Ghana and Nigeria right now, is a jelly ice. Access code. That's my pocket. Vacation on once again. Hey, say. Now listen to me and listen well. The GHLRB Express Transport Incorporated, Equa Station, Topo Village, where near the Simosa's funeral home. Now what's a year from Liberia to Ghana? The people say like $100 USD. From Liberia to Nigeria, the people say like 180 USD. From Sierra Leone to Ghana, the people say like 150 USD. And the only thing you need to get, like get your traveling papers. Forget about the borders and the checkpoints. The people will take care of it. Talapia fish will give me sour belly again. Eba e ogusi, mo memi pepe man say again. GHLRB Expert Transport Incorporated. We see you, man. Air condition buses waste, and the people into cargo, yeah. If you go Ghana, Nigeria, buy your goods. The people get brand new trucks that can bring your goods for years. But here in Liberia, I'm talking, you don't even get one conscience to ask me, say, in Jamaica, what the people numbers? Now listen to me and listen well. If you are in Liberia, you can call them on +231 775 934753 or 0772 796077. Or if you are in Ghana, you can call them on +233 244 274847 or +233 5532 32169. If you call and Abdul Razai answer, tell him say that I in Jamaica, the big boy that in Ghana every weekend. Give me the number, baby.
Well, thanks to our partners there for doing business with us here. Let's bring you some regional updates here on the show. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the OK Morning Rush here on OKFM 99.5. This story from Ghana: the death of 16 students in a fire on Thursday has once again sparked concerns over the safety of Kenya's boarding schools. The tragedy, which occurred at Utumishi Girls Academy in Jijil, about 120 kilometers northwest of the capital city, Nairobi, follows a string of deadly fires at boarding schools in recent years. The authorities are still investigating the cause of Thursday's fire, but parents of the students, along with Kenyans on social media, have been questioning how prepared boarding schools are for fires and whether dormitories meet the required safety standards. Roughly 12 hours after the fire, several parents remained at the scene, anxiously waiting for news of their children. Don't you understand? I just want to know if she is dead or alive, one frustrated man told a police officer who was guarding the school building. In addition to the pupils who died on Thursday, 79 youngsters were injured, although most have already been discharged from hospital. More than 800 children were in the school at the time of the fire. Kenya has had a long history of school fires. Just 2 years ago, at least 21 people died in a dormitory fire in central Kenya. Many fires reported in boarding schools have been the result of arson, with disgruntled pupils angry about the discipline and living conditions, accused of being responsible, while others were caused by accident. Overcrowding in dormitories and the failure to follow safety guidelines, such as keeping exits clear and windows unlocked, have frequently been blamed for the high number of casualties. We trusted this school with our children. Right now, we don't even know who is alive. One parent waiting outside Utomishi on Thursday told the BBC. Rosalind Rakamba said she felt traumatized after a friend alerted her to the fire at the school where her 14-year-old daughter studies. Rakamba rushed there, but as she was on her way, her daughter got in touch to say she was safe. According to the police, the fire broke out around 1 o'clock local time on Wednesday and engulfed a dormitory block housing about 220 students. The response teams managed to put out the fire by about 3 o'clock. On Thursday morning, Police Commander Musal Wendy said that some students who had fled into nearby areas during the chaos were still being traced. Yeah, so this is the latest story so far from the continent concerning that fire incident in Kenya, that boarding school. Like you listen, as indicated by the story, this incident or similar incident has happened in the past, and it is almost like a trend. Some happen because students, according to the report, students are angry with the discipline and all of that. So out of their anger, they want to cause trouble, and sometimes it is caused by accidents. But again, the report mentioned that some safety guards have been overlooked, like for example, keeping exits clear and a lot of other things. But again, it is a sad story, about 16 students, dying in that fire incident is really, really terrible. So we want to say sorry to the bereaved families, and yeah, that's what the story is from Kenya.
I read that story this morning, and it's a sad story because you send your children to school expecting to see them back home, and at the end of the day you hear news of a fire outbreak, and the end of the story said they saw parents waiting to see if they will see their children coming up. Like, you don't even know the identity of the child, and at the end of the day you discover that maybe your child was involved. It's a sad thing, and I think school authorities, boarding schools, as a matter of fact, should really take a lot of things into consideration, because you having people's children with you, taking care of them full time, and especially children, students, they're so hard to deal with, Marka. Some of them will be troublesome, very difficult to handle. So you have to follow up on them every now and then, make sure that things are well. It takes a lot to operate boarding schools. Not the schools that after 4 hours, 5 hours, the children go home and you're free again to run your own activities. No, it's not like that.
Just that block with over 200 students staying there,
Yeah.
in such a disaster, it is even difficult to rescue everyone or evacuate everyone from the scene. But that's what it is so far. Latest, all those following us from the live.
Johnny Colime Senior is following. He says, "Good morning, Fatu and Marka from the Office of Rescue Defenders on Kiri Street." Mam Kakason is following from Broville. Emmanuel Figo Dennis is following. He's watching from Claratown. Joseph Bole Ndebe is watching. Ruben Kane is also watching. Also, Daniel Tintier, he's watching. Armstrong Binda is watching from Kakata City, Magibi County. George Watkins Jr. is also watching this morning. That's it from my end, Marka.
Okay. Again, maybe because of time we can capture all of those who
Yeah.
are following, but we want to appreciate them for joining the broadcast this morning.
Mhm.
This is the OK Morning Rush. Thanks for joining us. And Jafar Sharif, Abu Sisi, all of you. Abu is following from Philadelphia in the USA. Jafar Sharif is following from Kinjo in Grand Cape Mount County. Um, yeah, so far. So that's it. Hope we can get the fact check, or if not yet. But again, Fatu, a lot of things to talk about, but most importantly, the directive issued by the president on travel restriction for government officials. So I would just like to go through.
Yeah, the directive.
Yeah, let's go through that directive from the president. It was issued on yesterday, immediately after the cabinet meeting. So it says cabinet directive on official foreign trip by cabinet ministers and senior government officials. It reads, in light of emerging global health concerns, the need for prudent risk management, and the imperative to maintain effective governance, fiscal discipline, and continuity in government operations, the President has directed a review and a significant reduction in official foreign travel by cabinet ministers and senior government officials. While official international engagements remain important to advancing Liberia's diplomatic, economic, and strategic interests, the growing frequency of travel has increasingly hindered full participation in cabinet deliberations and other key government processes, depriving the government of valuable policy input and institutional leadership. Repeated travel also imposes substantial costs on the public purse, diverting resources from priority national development interventions. Accordingly, the following directives shall take immediate effect. 1. Significant reduction in official foreign travel. All cabinet ministers, heads of agencies, heads of commissions, ambassadors, and senior government officials are hereby directed to significantly reduce foreign travel. 2. Presidential approval requirement. For the avoidance of doubt, it remains the standing policy of the government that no public official shall undertake official travel or foreign travel without prior approval of the president. All requests for travel approval shall be consistent with the request for foreign travel and return to country brief forms issued by the cabinet office, and shall also clearly state 1. Purpose of travel and who to travel. 2. Strategic relevance to Liberia. Dates of travel, estimated cost, funding source, justification for in-person attendance, explanation as to why visual participation is inadequate, and names of accompanying delegation members where applicable. 3. Essential travel standard. Only travel deemed strictly essential, strategically necessary, and clearly in the national interest shall be approved. Attendance at conferences, forums, consultations, ceremonies, and similar engagements shall not automatically justify international travel where alternative participation arrangements are available. 4. Virtual participation first policy. All ministries, agencies, and commissions shall prioritize virtual participation, including through Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and similar technologies wherever practical. Physical attendance should be considered only when in-person participation is demonstrably necessary in the national interest or required by protocol. 5. Quarterly travel limitation. Except under the extraordinary circumstances and with the express approval of the president, no cabinet minister or senior government official shall undertake more than one official foreign trip per quarter. Yeah, that means every 3 years you go one time. 3 months rather, sorry. 6. Protection of government functionality. No travel shall be approved where the absence of the requesting official will materially affect cabinet participation, institutional leadership, urgent decision making, or critical government operations. Cabinet ministers are expected to prioritize attending cabinet meetings unless specifically excused by the president. And 7. Strict compliance with travel regulations. All approved travel shall be undertaken in strict adherence to the applicable government travel ordinance and related regulations governing class of travel, per diem, entitlements, accommodations, and other travel-related expenditures. Fiscal discipline and cost efficiency shall be strictly observed at all times. 8. Post-travel accountability. Within 7 working days of return, each traveling official shall submit a concise mission report outlining objectives pursued, meetings held, outcomes achieved, commitments made, and recommended follow-up actions. 9. Monitoring and compliance. The Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, in coordination with the Cabinet Office, shall monitor implementation and compliance with this directive. 10. Exceptions. The President reserves the right to approve exceptions where compelling national interest considerations so required. All officials are expected to comply fully with this directive in the broader interest of responsible governance, operational efficiency, and prudent stewardship of public resources. So directed, Joseph Human Barker, Senior President of the Republic. So this is the whole directive.
Yeah. So, Marka, the thing is, a lot of Liberians think that government officials travel too much, especially the president. You hear they'll say, "Oh, the president can travel," and when he goes, he coming back and say, "What you bring?" As soon the journalists meet him at the airport, that's the first question. What was the outcome of the meeting? Was there any benefit? And that was why one time the president said, "We can eat everything," So a lot of Liberians think that they have too many travels and these travels should be cut down. But then the statement from the president has, acknowledged that yes, there have been too many travels, and the president has seen that. When you listen to the statement, you know that he himself has observed that there are a lot of travels, because if it was not as a result of that, he couldn't have made that statement. The thing is, Marka, there are just certain things that are obvious, and that's one. But the statement coming up is applaudable. But how do we know as citizens if this is being enforced? Will it be made public to say, okay, will all the officials follow the same rule? They say, okay, all the appointed officials, so and so persons should not do it. Will all the officials follow the same rule? But then how do we know that this is being enforced, Marka? Because, okay, the statement is being made, because we need to know that there's actually a reduction, in foreign travels and all of that. So with the details of these trips, be made public, so us to know that right after the president's statement, so the number of travels, foreign travels, dropped. The number of virtual, let's say, attendance, increased. In order that we will have to know that okay, all of the things the president said, okay, is yielding some results. It's changing a lot of things, because Marka, somebody told me a lot of Liberians will be doing a very good job in the US, and they will call them to jack for one assistant minister position, and even the money they're making. Yes, I see the patriotism there. Some people say, "Oh, I just want to work
Serve
for
my
my
country.
serve my country." But there are a lot of, opportunities that come with it. Somebody will say, "I'll be traveling the world. I will go this way. I'll go that way." And I had some confrontation with one assistant minister recently, and she was telling me, "You know who I am," and all the time. Somebody that we, we're just together. Sometimes they can tell me, "You know who I am, don't bring it to me," and where they've gone and who they, all of that. So the influence, the power, everything that comes with it is why the people take the job. So even if the money is not equivalent to how much they're making, in the US or abroad, they'll come with it. So they'll travel the world. But when some of these things are cut down, somebody will be coming to the position and they say, let me just go there, I go in there now. Then the real patriotism there now we're talking about. So, but we need to know that this is actually happening. It has cut down because the president is saying it will cut down spending. The country is having some economic, hardship. There are challenges that we need to address. How do we know that this statement is actually being enforced, and some of these challenges it's helping to solve some of these challenges we're facing as Liberians, and not just statements and statements and statement issue, directive issue, mandate, and all of that. We'll be doing it over and over again.
Yes, I agree with you on that. In the area of enforcement, the president said the Ministry of State and in coordination with the Cabinet Office will monitor implementation and compliance with the directive. Now, one key point you raised, how will the public know that either people are obeying this order, how it is being, or how compliance is being monitored? Now, my point is, even these people who are charged with this compliance monitoring, they don't pick calls from media people in the first place. So maybe after 3 weeks, we see travels all over the place, and then you want to know whether these travels were actually approved by the president, and then you call maybe the Cabinet Office or even the Ministry of State, who will pick your call to give you any information. You talk about, the president mentioned about when people travel and come back, they should present a comprehensive report detailing what they went there for, what were the outcome, follow-up plans, what benefit was that meeting to the country, and all of that. Even if that report is submitted, how will even members of the public know or have access? Even media people. So sometimes these directives sound very good on the paper, but in actual, practical terms, sometimes we don't see it. I know this is not the first time the president is talking about cutting down travels. I remember some months ago, if not last year or somewhere around there, the president talked about the issue of reducing foreign travels. He mentioned the same thing about, the cost and all of that. But again, we are seeing the same order coming back. The president is saying that cabinet members and senior officials of government should cut down travels, which is good, because sometimes some of the reason they are traveling is something that you can just sit on, and just participate, online, but then people will travel because, like you mentioned, one of the things in this whole government job business, when people come, the first thing they see is that travel opportunity. Yeah, that travel opportunity. So one maybe cultural exhibition is going on. It's going on in Japan. One ministry won't carry 12 person, the other ministry won't carry 18 person, the other agency won't carry. And the cost for the travel is coming from our institution's budget, which is public money. So sometimes the travels are really not necessary. There are some very necessary and strategic travels, but some of the many travels are not really necessary. So we will hold the executive accountable by this tender in the directive as issued by the president to ensure that people actually, follow and comply with this directive, which is also hard for us because information will not be available. Information will not be available. So
like you said, we're holding them accountable. We're looking up to them to see maybe something else, something different will happen. They'll provide us details to see if there's actually an impact, because these statements, we can't continue to make statements when there's no impact. We need to know if actually there's an impact, if there's a difference, right?
And even the Ministry of State and the Cabinet Office should be able to either present quarterly report of what impact has this directive had. Like, for example, because of this directive, we saw that government travel cut down or reduced by maybe 15%, 20% in this quarter, and the government was able to save maybe around 50,000 on travels and other. So these kind of comprehensive reports to the public is important, because sometimes you have to do the whole government thing just say that some kind of society bush, and during election you will open up and tell the Liberian people that you are coming. In fact, you almost present yourself as injurious to the Liberian people, that you are coming for fairness, you are coming for accountability, you are coming for transparency. So these are ways that you can deliver on these promises that you make during elections. So tell us this directive, because of it, for this quarter there was less travel. We have reduced public officials travel by 13%, by 20%, by 25%, and the government has been able to save maybe 70,000 that last quarter was spent on unnecessary travels. These kind of reports are very important. Then the public will know that what the government says is what the government is doing. So seriously, that is very important, Fatu. Having said that, I think we'll just go to the line interact. I just wanted to
I wanted to show light shortly on this advantage school. The fees. $775, right?
I think $755.
$755. The government needs to address this issue of private institutions in Liberia of higher learning. Let's restrict it to higher learning. There are a lot of things that the students pay for that actually not necessary. Marka, I had a problem and I needed transcript. Marka, so go and get a transcript from a school I'm attending. They're telling me I'll have to pay, I think, $30, $25 if I want to get it in a month, and then $100 USD if I want to get it. Actually, yes, $100 USD just to give me a transcript that this person is in the school and this person. That's all. I'll have to pay $100 USD if I want to get it either in a week or I think 3 days or 4 days, and $25 if I want to get it in a month. Marka, imagine that. So if I have an opportunity now that I'm supposed to apply for maybe in actually like a week, I'll have to get $100 USD to go and pay for it. When I'm in the school, you go to my ledger and just click my ledger, and these things are just set. It's just in a system, like just for them to print it out.
Just template, we just there.
It's just a template. They just go and put your name there and then get your ledger and print it out. That's all. There are a lot of fees that the government really needs to take, but then again, sometimes the government school there, the public school there, they will say, I won't go attend the public school because of all of the, the challenges. They'll say difficult to enter, difficult to stay, difficult to graduate. All of that, we look at it. But the government will actually have to look at. There are a lot of fees that these private institutions impose, and you saw their response to the statement, right? They responded, but they did not debunk the fact that the amount is $755. They only said, all I want it, on paper.
$50 for gown,
Yeah, on our own and our own people. In fact, some of these fees we generate because we want the students to receive all their documents on the same day. I read their response to the public criticism, and we actually have to look at it. Imagine that some of these students go to school, as a result of scholarships. Now graduation fee and now on a scholarship, you have to pay that. As a matter of fact, we all know the living condition of a lot of Liberians. We know.
We don't have money in the country.
Then you charging somebody $755 USD. When a person will finish they will finish getting that paper 10 years, 15 years before they get a job.
I can just imagine what is school fees to graduate. Cost, because to say just the graduation you are paying, whether you want to call it different fees.
Yeah.
We will just combine that thing and call it graduation fees. Whether you say they want for gown, they want for hall rental, they want for. These explanations are not necessary. So if you say the actual graduation fee is $450, so why can somebody get a gown within our $450? Fatu, sincerely, the Ministry of Education is the government institution to regulate and supervise education in this country. The National Commission on Higher Education and all relevant institutions should see some of these things as barriers to education. If we continue to preach that we cannot develop the country if we don't educate the population, how? In other countries, I know USA government school, but in other countries there are very good opportunity for people to study, for people to learn. Because if you do that thing, somebody who is coming out of high school, go through the internet or listen to the radio and hear that in university somebody was graduating with their first degree and they were paying $755. That child who don't even pay the 12th grade school fee was a problem. That child will just tell you, say, let me just forget about the university business, because if the graduation fee is $755, the school fee will be how much? So these are barriers to education in the country. We must do something about it. It's not about justifying to say, we are privately run. No, you are privately run, but you are providing services to the country.
In Marka, they will be charging you for gown that they not use for 15 years.
The
That
people
everybody
still
will be
paying
wearing
for
it.
it.
We're just paying for it. At least you have to be reasonable.
It's a problem, and I think something should be done about this. That's how come, even because some of the faith-based institutions that have the universities and colleges, they also have the high school level, right? At the end of the day, you will see that at the end of the school year, they will be charging 12th grade children $300 for graduation fee, $250, $275. So imagine, you are discouraging already poor people from sending their children to school. At the end of the day, you say, but I'm not government school yet. But government school alone cannot take all of the students in the country. And again, you understand that at some point in time, the government provides subsidies to some of these faith-based institutions in the country. So let's have this kind of consideration. They didn't say anything I bring in Liberia, I want to set it the way I want to set it. No. If that was the case, like Judas even mentioned yesterday, if that was the case, somebody can just go and bring candy in the country and just decide to set it at any price. Somebody can import rice and say, I set him at red $25. It's not government's business. So it is government's business to regulate prices on the market, commodity prices on the market, and also to regulate fees for services in the country too. So, that's it. Something must be done about it.
Few calls.
Yeah. I don't know whether the CEO is around.
Yeah, we'll have to try for that. But
Yeah.
let's take 3 calls.
So let's take some calls. 0777 700 995 0555 995 995 0777 700 995 0555 995 995. Let me speak with this person. Good morning.
To Fatu, and if I'm not married, I'm going to marry her. My name is Afro. Yeah, seriously. I'm not joking.
Chief, go ahead.
So, I feel like they say issue on KBFM. Marka see the people thinking me that and I bring go down. They say here education beneath talking about. They think I just hear from Fatu quick man skin, You go ask for your own clearing, just piece of paper. Anything but $100 you won't expedite it. If the government can look, the faith-based institution, the Christian institution I came to say they can't help government, they are causing more problems. They carry the method, Episcopal, the AG. They are causing serious problem. And I'm not happy. Christians, can you imagine?
So the day others action come to question, we'll talk about it. So this one is coming from the Adventist University. So I want forward to respect the issue to the document we're getting out here.
Yeah, so what happened is that the Human Rights Watch just talked about it, and that's where I came from the discussion. You know how many students dropping out from K1 to 6th grade, from 9th grade, from 7th grade to 9th grade, from 12th grade. So all of these things contributing to students not going to school, illiteracy, high illiteracy in the country. Ministry of Education will do something.
Okay.
Let me give other people a chance.
All right. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Marka.
Morning.
My name is Dweko. I'm calling from Wako.
Okay.
Yeah, Marka, you're bringing this issue up, but this is an every year story. This coming June again. Next week, I'm getting in June. Julius will cry on graduation fee again. Nothing will be done. The following year again, nothing will be done. So it's not everyday thing. The government just play blind out to everything. They don't regulate schools. The only people they after are the business people because they feel that if they go there today, they will get something out of it. But they don't have time for the schools. The last time they said people shouldn't graduate, they shouldn't post students out before wire result. But Rick did it. They never took any action against it. So it's a constant habit. Nothing will come out of it, my brother.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, Marka.
Morning. Go ahead. You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me also say morning to Fatu. Fatu, come on. Good morning. I'm fine. Thank you. Yeah, Fatu, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. Marka had joined the show for Point 4, man. A member of the Concerned Librarian for Justice. You know, Fatu, I listen to Marka. I listen to you talking. I ask myself, how they going to go into a year now? Marka? Because sometimes the issue that you're supposed to take, can you imagine somebody will come out and say, A-R-R-E-S-T. They say the E is for education. They came to arrest the situation. But today see Marka crying. Today see Fatu crying. That foreign travel that the government say, the issue directly is related. Fatu, even how are we going to know that these things are taking effect because the government is reckless. They don't tell anyone anything. Can you imagine, look at the slumber situation on that border issue? Up to now, we're not hearing nothing but to say, that happened, but that is not serene.
All right. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Marka, David, and Fatu Kamara in studio. How are you two doing?
Good morning. We're good. Go ahead.
As usual, this is the voice of Tiagonaga Gonpaklo, Asha Wegboson, a son of Glaze of Ye.
Okay.
And I do join you this morning from a far 40 resident.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, one of the things in our country here that will continue to give us problems is if we don't invest in education. Marka, you will not imagine, I'm not saying they say, we have followed my boss lady last month on the 10th. We went to Ministry of Education. There is an assistant minister for TVET, and at his department you have director for TVET. We took letter to that place so that the ministry can see our best to subsidize us with some funding, because we are also into TVET, wherein we provide tailoring, we provide electricity, plumbing, interior decoration, and catering.
Jingo, you doing, huh? Make a point to the issue. That's you selling your school now.
So I'm coming now. The director was brave to tell us that there is no money to subsidize any institution or to fund any institution. Those of them that are trying their best. So, my brother, the thing about Ministry of Education going to regulate, they got laws on the book that are very good that they can use to implement that the education sector will improve. But the people just there, they eating money. They're not willing to help the schools in this country, to help regulate so that Liberians can be the future of this nation, so that they can get quality education. They are not willing to implement policy or to even impose that the schools here will get better. That's the point I was trying to make.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. 0555. Okay. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Fatu. Let me say good morning to Marka. My name is Eugene S. Jobo Jr., and I call you from Capital Bypass.
Go ahead.
So, yes, so I listened to the talking point this morning and the analysis. And let me just also, join you to call on the government to see how best they can, monitor and supervise the various schools around our country. But one of the things that I think in my mind that the government is finding it so difficult to implement in terms of supervision. But if you just go around the bypass area where where the government is producing the issuing the birth certificate, Fatu, birth certificate is $500 Liberian. But Fatu, go there. If you decide to get the $500 Liberian, it will take you the next 3 to 4 months before you get a birth certificate. But they will tell you it's $500 Liberian. But if you want to get it fast or faster, you don't put $20 or $25. It is a government institution. Let's go to the passport. We have $50 and $100. Expert is $100. But even at expert level, if you pay the $100, somebody somewhere also wants something, and they will say, oh, we pay the extra like 3 days, but we have to do they have to spend additional money. So if the government itself, try to take excess money from citizens, what will happen to all institutions, most of them private institutions? So the government should come with clean hands. And I'm not saying this because it is unity-led government, but from day one of our foundation, or when some of us ask OP, they have been happy in the first place. So the government itself have to, the government have to clean itself before start going out. Police clearing. Fatu just go around the police. It was just recently they have to do amendment. But before then, it was $200 Liberian for police clearing. Go and pay that 200 and tell me whether you get that police clearing in 5 days time or even in 1 week. Is that possible? When you pay $200, it will take you months. The guy will tell you, maybe they take that $200, but if you won't get it fast up, you don't pay $10 or $15 US.
Okay.
Police clearing. So the government, will call it on them, but let them try to clean themselves. Let them try to, post stop to some of these things within the government system before going to the private sector. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. This one. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm Samuel, and I'm calling from GSC room. So I just want to speak on the issue you're talking about the university, the 70th advantage. Marka, you observe that most of the private institutions that have a lot of foreigners taking over the administration, you will always observe those things. Go to that university, you will observe that most of the administration down there, most of their staff, they are not Liberian, which is not bad. But you don't come to exploit people, and you make it because we believe in too much foreign things. We believe when it is foreign, it is the best one. So that's one of the things I wanted to speak on. Okay. So you see those people every time their faculties that will leave the camp on radio station, monitor them. They come with sweet mouth, they come with a lot of things, they present the university like it's the best in this country. So observe them how they do things. Secondly, with all that money they collect, look at the fees of graduation like you just called in, my brother. Go and see the road to their university. Go and look at the road. So with all the fees they collect, they're waiting for government to go and build that road for them. No impact. Go and see the road, how the road is very bad. The graduation time, go up there and see that place. So thank you for flexing there. I wish you well, and Marka, please, I want to say something privately to you. I don't know, I can just call my number to you, or how will it be done? But please, yes, there is something privately I want to say to you. Please, some very important
because we are on
information.
air, so even if you call your number now, so I don't know if you can text your number to 0770 You got it?
Yeah, 2022579
Yes, 202579
0776, right?
0
Triple
770 202579.
Okay, thank you. 77025.
Good morning. Our guest is here. We are just taking this last one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mother Davis and our sister Fatu.
Yes, morning. Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to His Excellency President Walker. This is Samuel D. Kepler and I'm joining from Magiri this morning.
Okay.
Let me appreciate both of you for the national discussion. I think the president is fully aware that I'm only ambient of United Party in the Leisure Bureau. Let me not have my identity. Let me appreciate the president for the cabinet meeting yesterday. I think in the interest of the country, this president knows very well.
How much they can spend on the cabinet meeting, sir?
Come again?
How much they can spend on the cabinet meeting?
I'm not a member of those meetings, so I will not tell you how much they can spend.
Okay.
So you should tell me as an investigative journalist.
Oh, you going
so let me say right. I think the restriction posed by the president is in the interest of our nation. This president, we are always his wisdom and the understanding to the country will benefit the country a lot, because if we see war across the world have potential threat to to the world, it tells you that any president who is wise will be doing what the president did yesterday. If we see Ebola trying to pull any threat in African countries, the president is aware that there is time for to take all necessary steps to have our country safe.
Okay. Thank you. Our guest is here already. Like we mentioned this morning, we have in studio with us the founder and chief executive officer of Bokonjide Group of Companies, one of the active players in the private sector of Liberia. So Mr. Ayrton Jones, our guest, is here. So we will just allow him to adjust the mic, and then we will cross over to him. So folks, thanks for joining us this morning. This is the OK Morning Rush. We are coming to you live from Lynch Street here in Central Monrovia. Let's say good morning. Chief, it's great to have you this morning. Yeah.
Good morning, Marka, and good morning, Fatu. It's a great pleasure and opportunity to sit here this morning. I'm humble.
Okay. How is Mr. Jones and his group of companies?
Well, relatively, things are okay. Grateful to God for all that He continues to do for our nation, Liberia, and our institution, Bokonjide, as well.
What's the meaning of Bokonjide?
Oh, it's a Kru vernacular, which means door open and door close.
Okay, door open and door close.
Yes.
Okay. I know there may be others who are maybe listening to you for the first time, and they will like to know more about you, maybe just beyond the name of the company, and what inspired you to become an entrepreneur, for example, in Liberia.
Well, my name is Elton Deconti Jones. I am a native of this country. I hail from Sino County, preferably. And I'm married, blessed with 6 kids, 2 girls, 4 boys. I'm a graduate of the State-run University.
Okay.
I hold a BSc in economics and management. I have several certificates and honorary degrees from prestigious university outside of Liberia. I'm a family person, and I've been inspired to move into microfinance. I grew up in a slum community in Lokentown.
Okay.
There where I was born and raised up, and I saw my mother being a single parent. I lost my father at a tender age, at the age of 34. He lost his life as a result of the senseless and brutal crisis in our country. Okay. Like any other kid, and my mother, there was no way out, and we have to sell rest bread, we have to sell kerosene, just to make ends meet. And my mother timed in, and she moved at the back of finance, that she engaged herself into money exchanging business. And I saw her productive and the way in which it worked perfect for her. And she was lending money to some of our neighbors in the community, and it worked very perfect for her. So I decided to emulate a good example for my mom as well.
From the beginning, for you, what were some of the earliest challenges in this venture?
Well, in 1999, my mother things were so tough, and she asked that I need to relocate to Duporo. When I moved there, then I was living with my cousin. So when I graduated from B.W. Harris at the time, things were so tough, and she requested that I needed to take a job at a saloon. So I started to work at that saloon, for which I was earning a little over 1,000 Liberian dollars. But then I was the manager, and I was the smallest as well.
That the manager salary there?
The manager was making 1,000. You can imagine. So I was passionate about working there. I was very committed and dedicated to doing the job. I was both the janitor and the manager as well. Yeah. So I fitted in that place, and for some time, and I joined this Susu, the Dede Susu. I was able to save an amount that grew up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. Immediately after that, and I saw the way in which the business was working very perfect for my mom, so I decided to follow the same venture. So I moved on the state-run university campus, but then I was schooling, so I decided to provide soft loan to some of our colleagues who could not meet up with paying the tuition, but in return they were paying with little interest.
Okay.
So as time go by, I saved some of the money. I needed the business to grow because I saw the way in which I was working for my mother over the period of time, so I followed this particular footsteps. And I moved at the back of finance ministry where my mother used to be, and I started to exchange money. There are too many people, the likes of Nito Zazala, the Palm Hotel, Musa Kone as well. All of us used to be there. And we're striving at the time, we're very committed to what we're doing, and we love what we actually was involved into.
Just besides the inspiration from your mom and growing from small to at least where you are now, what gap did you see in the Liberian market, or that you identify that you wanted to solve, for which you established this group?
Well, Marka, when it comes to credit in our country, there are schools of young people who want to engage themselves into business. And I saw the struggling masses, saw a lot of people who could not meet up with the benchmark in receiving money from various financial institutions, the likes of the banks. So we decided to provide loan to young boys, petty traders, and few line ministries and agencies, preferably few staff at the national legislature, for which we provided some of the loan to them. And it was paying and worked very perfect for us over the period of time. These are things that help us over the period of time.
Okay. Many businesses sometimes fail within just their first few years, but what have kept Bokondile alive and growing?
Well, in 2010, I consider it as one of the toughest times for us. But then, Bokondile Group of Companies is not just microfinance, but we also engage ourselves into real estate and construction as well.
Okay.
So we invested more of our portfolio into the real estate portion, and we ran dry in terms of cash. So we did not understand the market, or we felt that by constructing some of these homes, automatically we're going to have tenants that are going to come in and to repay, and we're going to get all of the cash back. But it didn't work out for us, and things were so tough for us. But one thing that we have very committed staff over the period of time, and people who trusted us because we trade on the path of credibility, honesty, and trustworthiness. There are people who believe in our dreams and believe in things that we ought to move Liberia forward. You look around you here today, Marka, you see many African nations, the likes of Dangote, and you find out even in Ghana, you have Nana Kofi Obiako, who making significant strides in the country. They are not involved into government activity, but instead they started very small. Like the former president would say, let your dreams scare you. Mm-hmm. It's something that we believe in, that many people who may not be qualified in receiving loan, so they walk into our office and will be able to make significant impact in shifting their own business venture over the period of time.
let's talk about the business climate of Liberia. A lot of people think it's not easy to make business in Liberia. It's not easy for a Liberian, as a matter of fact, to strive and get to the level you are. How is it?
Well, Fatu, business in Liberia, doing business in Liberia, Africa as a whole, like I talked to a few of my foreign partners and friends, and they say, Elton, it's not just limited to Liberia. It's everywhere. But then when it comes to our own case, the population here, we're very small. Everybody know everybody in this country. And like I always say to many customers who walk into our office, and I gave a practical example of our case today, that we started with an initial investment of 10,000 Liberian, and we found ourselves to where we found ourselves. It's because of commitment. It's because of dedication. There are two batches of people in this country here. One is that there are people who are gainfully employed, who may walk into various financial institutions. They may be able to acquire some cash. They get cash, but they are not willing to pay the cash. Then the second batch is that there are people who also, they don't have a business plan. They walk into your office today, they get some money. What are they going to do with the money? So normally we have a bit of chit-chat with them to explain to them that during the time that we were doing the business, we minimized some of our activities. We didn't find ourselves, I didn't leave this country for many years because I couldn't afford ticket. But today there are people who may go to various banking institutions and financial institutions. The major priority is that how can they amass wealth over a period of time? How can you see Bokanje that have been here for over 18 years plus? And you want to compare yourself, it's not just one day. So it's the notion. But for us at Bokanje Group of Company, we're grateful to the staff that we have over a period of time, commitment. Like we always say that our institution is a non-political one. We don't melt into the boiling politics in this country, but we're concerned that how Liberian can be able to develop this country. Because the full march of our country is squarely dependent on all of us. We cannot sit down continuously to allow foreigners to come and dominate the entire market. So we need to change that narrative that Liberian cannot do business and Liberian business cannot survive. Like I listened to the last time I met the former mayor Mary Tynan bro, and she said, Elton, how long have you been in the business? And I said, Madam bro, been here for some time. She said, who are your partners? I said, they're all Liberian. And when she was amazed, she said, to see a Liberian group of young people who are going to come together to go 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So we need to change the narrative that Liberian can stand firm and to maintain the business climate in our country.
The last time I interacted with someone, that person started also like from where you're coming from, their money exchanger as well. So he was like, sometimes these businesses we take loans and stuff, but the interest rate, even at some of the commercial banks, are too much. He was like, paying back, the stress and all of that. So I was like, let me ask this issue of interest rate issue on loans. I mean, from a general perspective and from your own angle as a company, how do you think it is a problem for other smaller businesses?
Well, Marka, for us at Bokanje, let me speak for us, right? And it could fit in the bracket of many microfinance group as well. Okay. So there's an uninsured loan. The loan of people who walk into our office, they are not insured. Okay. To that of the banking institution that you have to go through, or is an instant loan that you receive. But some of these loans, they are also being tied to collateral too, as well. And when you have a loan that is not secure, the risk involved is very high. Okay. What determines interest rate is because of the market value and the market forces that determine interest rate in every other country. Like you leave from here, you get in places like Ghana. The interest rate in Ghana on a microfinance institution is 25%. Liberia is no exception when it comes to high interest rate because everywhere there are people who are going to change their location. They're going to cut their phone or even banking institution. They work there, they were able to receive money. By the end of the day, they have deliberately refused to pay the money. They have changed their location. There have been too many uphill battles in between when it comes to paying of loan. And these are things that have hampered many Liberian business. We ourselves at Bokanje, we have taken loan before, but we've been very committed in paying the loan back. So these are things that Liberians need to change the narrative, and people cannot just automatically just come and just reduce interest rate. You have the rates involved is so high. Look, today we do business with staffer at the national legislature. You work with people who are gainfully employed, one can say, but they are personal staff. Today, you may have an ambition that you want to contest a given election, and once you decide to declare intention, you work in another honorable office. But the fact of the matter, all of the honorable they work in line. So if you have this guy who is a staff today in your office who want to contest, he can walk to a colleague and say, "Oh, this guy, he's a guy who want to contest. I think I've seen the film, and there are likelihood that he's going to unseat me. But can you get him off your payroll?" So they listen, and some of these things have affected us today. Look at the case today of.
So there are being real instances of that kind.
Oh yes, yeah. Look at the case today, the removal of expulsion of Yeke Koba. It have affected our business.
Directly?
Yeah.
Okay. How?
Because there are staff from Yeke office who do business with us. So today, Yeke expulsion is not just affecting Yeke, it's not just affecting the district, but it's also affecting us as an institution as well.
So it brings me to ask how political decisions
affect the business,
sector, if I may say, yeah.
Well, Marka, you in a country that is so gullible that people assume power at the end of the day. It's not like you running just your home or your house, right? You on a national scene. By the end of the day, you want to take decision and not knowing that it could greatly affect many other institutions. Like I listened to our big brother, Kalando, who sat here and talked about Liberian business being greatly affected as a result of bad governance on the part of schools of entity, and Liberian business are not being awarded contracts, and there have been too many fights today. There are people who work in government today, they want to establish business overnight. They don't want to use it. Have some of us microfinance group today, they are emerging business that are being established as a result of some of the guys who are in government today. We are in the private sector, give us a chance, let us do business. You in government, focus more on the deliverable. How can you move and forward the agenda of this government? But instead, you want to establish a microfinance group. And your sole intention is to fight Bokanje and to fight many microfinance groups. Today, we have a couple of young Liberians who they may not get government job. The fact of the matter that we have employed them and they work with us, we need to pay the guys who work in our offices.
Yeah, that's a very important point. Yes, an interesting
so
point.
we thought these are just, different sectors and running their own thing, but so politics play a huge role, in the country, and not just what we talk about on the surface. Or the politician need to focus on your district and all of that, but whatever they do as a government also affect. The private sector affect even independent, the one that we call private individuals as well. So I want us to talk about the different sectors in which Bokonchide Group operates.
And before I speak to that, Fatu, I live between district number 4 and district number 6. I'm at the border point.
Okay.
And our involvement, looking at our own history and to see this person who grew up in a slum community, was born single mother, things were very tough, and you decide to even help some of the people who live in the community. Every other time, Saturday, you have huge talk of people who come, and I just imagine the life of my mother being around and looking for a meal for us to eat. And some of the guys come over and we provide some handout to them, and we pay some of them their children tuition. And you live in a place that is highly politically charged. And even
so
they
equate that to political ambition.
They're fighting. Even right now I'm sitting here, people are listening to the radio. Is Eldon going to declare intention? What are you going to contest or so? It's something that is scare all of us. So as business people, there are certain things I want to do. We cannot just come on. You have to seek the approval. You have to meet there. And I have a couple of young people, some of my cousins, nieces today. They've greatly been affected as a result of the use of drugs. The last time we staged one of the biggest non-sponsored stuff by government, private one, we saw the need that there are young people whose life have been greatly affected as a result of the use of drugs. So we staged this peaceful march, and we had games, and we explained our own story that looking at our life today is the decision and choice that were made over the period of time. So you cannot square the camel and say, oh, you know why being influenced because of X, Y, and Z reason. So this is what actually lead me to taking drugs or so. But see us today. Man who was born in Looking Town slum community today, my name is a hustle name in this country. It's not because I'm one foolish person. It's because of the decision and the choice that I made over the period of time. If my life can be better and society can recognize me today, yourself, your own life can be better. But then in the district, people misconstrue our own involvement, our engagement with young people today, and people try to place it that, oh, we want to contest. It's my constitutional right, like I always say to people. But do I intend to get into politics? No, I don't have interest, in politics.
But I think that has been the normal thing that has been happening over the years. So somebody will come and help. The judge eating out $20 after a month or two, you see the person on the ballot, the person is contesting. So now anybody who does good for the community, people perceive that person as a politician, or the person wants to contest. That's why they're doing good, because all the politicians now only do good because they want to contest.
Why do you think it's like that?
It's all because of the society that we find ourselves in. Today, you look around you here, there are schools of young people who supported this very government with the hope that this government came to rescue this country. Look today, there are barrage of young people who have not been given opportunity. There's no opportunity that has been given to young people. Is government trying to see how best that it can create more job for young people today? It's not just to take somebody and say, oh, you need to leave the habit that is drugs or so, but you need to rehabilitate the person. You need to place them back into society. And some of the guys too, they came as a result just buying few bags of rice or so, and they went there today, and they was able to gain state power. So they also think that the next person, but for our case, my case, I always look at my life. Mm-hmm. Growing up in Looking Town, I saw kerosene, I saw rice bread, like any other person. And I saw my mother struggling on many occasions to even find food for us to eat. So it was tough. Today, to imagine, you see, I live not too far from the president place, right? Mm-hmm. And today I have a borehole in my yard today. I should be having a pipe on water in my place there. But then you look at it around and you see young people just moving here and there. There's no direction for them. And there's no program that been set as a result of some of the systems that we have had over the period of time.
So some of these reactions, are they making you to sometimes reconsider your decision to do some humanitarian work, youth engagement, all of that?
Oh, these are things that we've been doing for many, many years, Marka.
Are you discouraged by the politicians' reaction to what you do?
Oh, yes, I'm very discouraged. I'm very discouraged to see people try to misconstrue our kind generosity, to see how best that we can make change in society today. The less of Dangote, then you see many other people, they are not involved into politics, but they continue to help people because this is what society calls for. But
how can we change that mentality, Mr. Jones?
Well, it's going to depend on the electors their very self.
Okay.
The electors have their own responsibility as well. And political actors, they have their own responsibility too. Like I always say, Fatu, right? Government cannot do everything. There's no country today that is developed, the great United States of America, the likes of Ghana. I will use Ghana. I don't like to use the U.S. because U.S. many, many years. And if you go, I just came back on Monday from Accra. Every time I fly into Ghana and you come back and you see the way in which young people live. And people, they are not basic when it comes to too many radio. There's no disrespect. You people play a very pivotal role in society. You people are the watchdog of society. Mm-hmm. But instead, you have somebody who, they wake up, they say, I need to go to Mokala market. I need to go and sell this particular slipper. I need to trail. I need to do this other thing. But then when it comes to us, young people, there's no opportunity. The young people themselves too, they have their own issue too. Mm-hmm. Some of them, they just move today from political parties. They move from political party to this other place. They say negative things against people today in society in the name of politics. Our society has lost some of the basic ethics and value today as a result of politics. So all of us today as Liberians, we need to rally support and we need to change the mindset, the way in which we think and the way in which we do things in this country.
Okay, let me carry you back to the financial sector again.
Mhm.
You know, Liberia's private sector often complains of limited access to finance. So, from your own experience, what is fundamentally wrong with the current financial system?
Well, when it comes to finance in our country, like I said the last time, many business today in other countries, they are making significant gain because of the assistance of government.
Okay.
Government need to see how best that it can provide subsidy to microfinance institution. Not necessarily Boganje Group of Company, take Boganje out of the picture. Because once you can empower some of the microfinance institution, and it will enable some of the guys to employ many people today. Because government don't have the capacity to bring up every other person on board. But if you can look for some of the reputable institutions that they are top flight institutions who've been around for some time, I think you're going to have a screen on government. You're going to see they're going to be a little flexible way in between. But then if you have many of the guys, like I said to you, Marka, that the intention about many of the guys here is that how can they be the actors? Instead of working with existing institutions that have been established, that have been around for some time, but instead they want to come overnight to establish theirs. Do you understand the market? Do you understand things that we go through as microfinance institution, business executive? Do you understand? We are the players in the market. We are the one who interacting with people every other day.
And the same thing is said about how sometimes people establish new companies, and before you look, they are the one winning some of the big contracts, especially infrastructure. And sometimes it's like similar view you are sharing, like instead of institutions that are established and in that sector bidding for some of these projects, new companies just emerging and they are the favorite to get contracts. So I mean, how do you think some of you in the private sector can engage when it comes to this kind of practice?
Marka, there are a lot of Liberian business that are qualified. They are up to task in winning some of the contracts today. But everything in our society today is somehow some political part. There's some political undertone. And people they get so afraid. And you can't blame some of the actors too. That is people who are in government, right? Because many a time, people even say in the private sector today, like I always say, right, we need to stick to our own calling. This is what you want to do. This is what brings joy to you. There are too many respect that when you're in the private sector today, then in government, there's no disrespect. I can sit here today and I actually employ a lot of people. I have schools of young people who work with me. I have no link with them. No link. They are qualified. They are college graduate. They are Liberian. Not necessarily that I have to have connection with them. They deserve to work in this country. But if you look around you here today, Marka, many of the decisions that have been taken is on the basis of politics. So we need to change the mindset, the way in which we carry on doing things in this country. It's an old age problem since the establishment of the country, since 1847. Oldest republic today. Look where have we come today. The issue that have to do with power-borne water, electricity, security, they are all things that many countries have passed over a period of time. I'm not saying that when you go places like Ghana, you still see raid there everywhere in Ghana, and there are portions in Ghana. You talk to people, they tell you the Ghanaians say, oh, the economy is tough. And when it comes to infrastructure today, that you notice it comes with too many pain and sacrifices that people need to make. You can't develop Monrovia without demolishing many of the old structures that you have here today. So you need to look for people who are waiting, investors. But every day you wake up in the morning, you hear some political news, it scares investors. Like somebody will always say to you that money is just in like noise. You talk to some of our friends, like I spoke to one of my friends in Rwanda, he said, Elton, what is the situation that have to do with the removal of a man from the national legislature? How can you speak to this issue? And I said, well, how did you? He said, I'm refiling all of your news. And he's not a Liberian, he's a Rwandan person. But he's concerned. And you say, I want to move into Liberia. What can I do? You want to engage yourself into cassava stuff, and
Processing.
processing. And I say, yes, it's a good place. People here, and people talk about the mindset of young people too. Today, people move from place to place. Today, they are now waiting to help young people. Instead, they just want to move around the streets and be asking for help. These are things that are not going to help our society. So we need to change the mind. We need to change the way we think about our country.
Let's talk about the business community. The leaders lately have been praising this government as compared to the last government. From your angle, have you seen any change with this government? Because you've worked with a lot of clients. People come to you to take loans, they come back to you and pay. Have some of these things changed as compared to before?
Well, Fatu, I would say on the over, things are relatively not okay.
Okay.
I must admit. If I should sit here and tell you that things they are all milky, no, it's not okay. You see, one of the things that actually hampering us from that is from the microfinance part. There are young people today who have gained employment in this government. I won't sit here to call names; it will be actually unprofessional. And when you compare the young people who walk into our office during the past regime, that is the CDC-led government, they were very responsible in paying some of the debts or many microfinance institutions. But today, like I wonder and I say, hey, what is happening to young people who have gained employment today? They have
And that time we used to be hearing about salary delay in government, all of that, but people were paying their
but the guys
loans.
were paying.
Okay.
Our business have been greatly hit today as a result of delinquent borrower, young people who've been given opportunity to work in this government. They have walked into our office, they have taken loan, and they have deliberately refused. When you go to the court there, the process is so long for you to even say have a final judgment. Marka, it's tough. So you try to wonder, you say, is this how people came on board that you came to rescue? At the end of the day, that your action is greatly affecting many Liberian business today. Look today on our books, we have a lot of bad debts on our book as a result of the ascendancy of this government. There's no politics about it. I've been real, I've been frank with you. I'm not here to speak low of President Bwaka. President Bwaka is doing extremely well. There are too many improvements when it comes to different sectors. But when it comes to the microfinance aspect, our business, Boganje Group of Companies, have been greatly hit hard as a result of too many bad debts for many people who have been gainfully employed under this administration.
How, because you mentioned something and I asked you whether it was directly affecting Bokonjile, you said yes, this Yeke Koluba expulsion. Do you want to state in clear terms, how is it directly affecting you, your business?
Like I said, Marka, we do business with staff at the National Legislature.
Okay.
And some of them, they are personal staff. Some of them, they work directly with the CSA, that is the Central Administration. So once you have something that's going to affect a lawmaker who been expelled or been suspended, automatically your staff not going to be in that office no more. Okay. Yeah, so it's something that's actually, and the guys, it's not delivery. It's something that just came abruptly upon many of the people today. Some of them, the children may not be able to go to the schools that they were attending today as a result that they don't have a job today. Can you say the people they are not willing to pay? They've been willing to pay. But the expulsion of Yeke, it came abruptly. It's shocking to every other person. I'm not discussing the political part of how Yeke was, whether it was constitutional or no. But we're concerned that the decisions that are being made today, they are not just affecting just the lawmakers, but they are affecting also their staff today. There are scores of people today who work in the office of various lawmakers today. And take in the case of death, or resignation, and expulsion, like the case of Yeke today. These are things that are affecting our business.
What do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about business in Liberia?
That is business people or business?
Business people and
Yeah,
business in
yeah.
Liberia, doing business in Liberia.
Yeah, doing business in Liberia. Liberia is a very is a virgin place. Doing business here, I can say to any other person. Like I always encourage many people out there in the diaspora to come to Liberia. The business climate here is one can say comme ci comme ça, and because why? Even like I told you about the justice system in our country. When you have a country that you have too many issues with people, clients running to the court and taking advantage of you, it scare investor to actually invest. How can you expand your portfolio when you have too many legal battles in between? It's something that scare people. So today we've been here for over 18 years. There have been tough moments for us. But one thing at the back of us, at Boganje, that we are not going to leave this country. We're not nothing going to scare us in this country. Liberia is for all of us here. We're going to remain in this country, and we're going to make sure that before even some of the foreign partners are going to come into this country, the name Boganje Group of Companies is either you're going to partner with us, but we cannot allow you just to come and take seeds of this particular sector.
If you are asked for recommendation to improve access to justice, speedy trial, and resolving some of these long cases on the dockets and that you've talked about, what would be your recommendations? What do you think should be done as solutions?
We need a fast track court. We need a court that if you get to court today, that the matter can be filed, the matter can be handled without any favor. We need something that need to protect the interests of many Liberian business today. There are schools, you go to the dev code today, Marka, you beat your imagination to see people there today moving here and there. As a result, it's just so simple. Somebody walk into your office and they took loan, but they are not willing to pay the loan. And imagine somebody who walk into your office, they are the one that taking you to court. They are the one who raising all of the red flag against you. But they fail to understand that this business is a Liberian business. And Liberia today is quite dependent on all of us. The way in which we think, the way in which we do things in this country is something that's going to help our own nation. Because everybody cannot work in government. Today we are comfortable in the private sector. We are making significant strides. We have involvement with a lot of sport groups. Today we're sponsoring football team. We're sponsoring a basketball team. We work with young people, disadvantaged youth or so. But if you have people who are going to walk into our office, like I also told you that government need to see reason to provide subsidies to many financial institutions. Because the portfolio is so large. And we have our own cash that we're running on every other time. But to help and to elevate the case of many Liberian business, government need to see you pass a budget of over $1.7 billion. What is the portion that been given to Liberian business in strengthening this particular sector? Is that something that, like I attended one of the SME program and people giving 1,000? How can you give Boganje 1,000 Liberian, 1,000 United States? Looking at our portfolio, it makes no sense. It's just a share mortgage.
Okay.
So we take few calls.
Yes, we'll take few calls. But what legacy do you want Elton John's and Boganje Group of Companies to leave behind?
One of our greatest is that how Liberian business, that is the Yanabor and petty traders, individuals who cannot be able to receive loan from various institutions, that they can boast and they can be so proud and that to come and clearly and say, oh yes, it's because of Boganje Group of Company that was able to do this. Like if you open the line right now, you have too many testimony of individuals who are going to call. Yeah. Okay. So these are legacies that we hope that all of us can work on.
Okay, so let's go to our audience and open the lines. Let's have some interaction. Call, ask questions, make comments. 0777 700 995 0555 995 995. Yeah, these are numbers you can call and to participate on the show. Yeah, so we have the Mr. Elton Jones here as our guest, so you can now call to make your points. 0777 700 995 0555 995 995. We talk about a lot of things. So which one interests you? You can ask about it. Let's take this caller right here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I'm just about open. Marosia.
Okay.
Okay, I want to tell the CEO thank you so much. I'm a living with this. Mr. Edo John and the group of Bogozile company, they are actually doing well, my brother. My brother, in this country at this present moment, who can you go to tell you, say, give me $20 US or $100 that will trust you? Where your mother is on a sick there. But today, you can go to Bogozile group of company. When you have a good character with them, you can take 500, 600, 1,000, 1,005 in this country. So, my brother, those people are doing well. They are doing extremely well, except you that will take the money. You don't have no plan for it. But if you go, you take $500, my brother, little of amount you pay, and nobody torture you. Only the bank, when it blow a lot on you, they protect their money. They're not asking you where is our money, except where government have paid you, and you do not want to pay them. And you smart indeed. Well, in 5 years you can do something. I'm when they just 1 or 2, 3 times. I want to procure a lane in Monrovia here. Can you imagine? I don't know. I never had the money to even do any other thing in Monrovia. But because of that, I had to do something. Gradually, we are getting there. Okay. Where if you are there with character, you will continue to progress. So I want to tell them thank you, Mr. Aaron John, Mr. Leo, and all the staff. Thank you, and the work on you winning there in your office and commenting you well. So I want to tell them thank you so much. They are contributing to the development of the country. Thank you.
Yeah, you getting emotional now.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. And good morning to the DCU.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm at the National Port Authority.
Okay.
Let me extend my thanks to Mr. Jones for his excellent job. You know, the company have made up with pay our rent on time. If you say I want 6 months, you take money for 6 months. Before that 6 months ends, my rent will be on time because you give it to me. So let me appreciate him. You know, seeing person, I love seeing this thing. I think that's you deal with me in your office. Yeah. So let me explain my things. And also, I appeal to your office. We don't want to leave Bogonji small out there. We see a lot of people are transferring because of their own reason. We ask your office to please look at our extension of time, even the percentage rate. We won't stay with you, Mr. Eto Jones. So please look at that aspect of it. And please, you also see me in your office. Oh. Thank you, sir.
Okay. But all the callers no Bogonji. Let me see this one. That color slip off. This one will replace it. Please turn off your radio.
Yeah, good morning, Marka.
Good morning. Your name, where you join us from?
Let me say good morning to Fatu. And good morning to the CEO of the Bogongila Group of Companies. My name is Moses Andrews, and I joined the conversation from my District 13 resident.
Okay.
You know, when the CEO was speaking, and I was just like taking a back and retrospecting on something. What? The CEO said something that caught my mind. During the WIA's administration, that there were a whole lot of hulu-balu, there were a whole lot of noise all around the place, that WIA is not paying civil service. WIA have called civil service salaries. In fact, the people's salary are being harmonized. But yes, that the CEO of the Boko Dealer Group of Company have confirmed that people who went to a financial company and took loan during WIA time, they were in compliance. But this is the government that they are paying people on time. They have increased people's salary, but yet then people who work and wait for loan cannot. They cannot pay back. So I'm trying to find the cooperation between the last government and that of this government. But here's my question to the CEO quickly. CEO, it is only people who work in government that you gave your loan to, because we are not working in government. We are trade people. Can you give loan to people who are doing trade and want to advance themselves?
Okay, but I want to answer it, but that be so. Yes, Fatu.
Yes, no, he dropped the line.
Okay.
Somebody was in the
Okay, then let me pick this one. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I think you are holding the line. I don't know Good morning.
Marka, are you getting me?
Good morning. Go ahead.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to you and see you at Jones this morning. I'm Joe D'Souza from Doe Community.
Okay.
And I'd like to appreciate the CEO for the tremendous work he's doing in this country. But look, I think our government and the legislature need to rethink some decisions. The decision that was taken by them to expel Yeke Koluba, I think you listen to him. It greatly affected his business, and it greatly affected the family of other people that was attached with Yeke Koluba. So I think before legislators take actions, they have to read between the lines who are attached to certain individual or who is taking work from a specific company. You see the loss that company was or that is facing. The company is facing serious loss, and who's going to bear that? It is the company. So we are calling on the legislature to really think and read between the lines before taking certain decisions. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, let me take this one. Hello.
Hello, Marka.
Yes, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, I'm Eddie Johnson. I call you from around the Cinco Bell.
Okay.
Yeah, let me say thank you to Mr. Jones for the kind of work he is doing for your company. But I just want to ask him, what is take on, because this government came to power and said that they were going to give Liberian businesses the chance and the opportunity. But what we have seen for the past 2.5 years now, most of the things that Liberian business, the business that Liberians should be entitled to, they are yet to give the business to Liberian. They will use, I say, opening restaurants, they will use that bakery and other things. And even look at the Liberian business that were in contract with the Ministry of Transport. That contract was taken from that Liberian company and given to another or foreign company, which they annual MTR or LTR or what.
Mm-hmm.
Then what is said on the Fatu mountain? Because we are hearing that the government wants to give that other mountain to another or foreign company. So I want you to talk a little bit on it.
Okay, so you will be the last caller. We'll just go back to our guest to respond to some of these callers. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I want to say a big thank you to those in Radio Land. The likes of George Fambo, my brother also from the National Port Authority, Moses Andrew, Joe D'Souza, Eddie Johnson, who just left the line. And as all of the concern being raised, Andrew will talk whether it's only government employee. No, Andrew, our office is open to providing loan to Yanambo, petty traders, and well-meaning Liberians who desire of obtaining loan. Boganje, like I always say, is the company for the Liberian people. This company remain in this country, and we can assure you that every other person, one way or the other, you are qualified, one on the bracket. Come and be talked to by our able staff, trained staff who are going to talk to you. They're going to drill you through the process. Not necessarily you have to be given for the employer, but once you have a tangible collateral, it's not something that we just walk into the office, you're going to receive the money, but you have to tie by collateral. And when you come there, you will talk and we'll weigh the collateral to see how best that we can be able to place it in our own system. And we want to say to both you and Fatu and Marka, we want to say thank you for the level of work that you guys both continue to do in our country. And we see this as a golden opportunity in elevating the case of many Liberian business and to tell the world that Liberian they are doing well. That is why we thought it wise this year, 18-year anniversary, to celebrate with our brothers and sisters in the media landscape. Because every day I remember my own first interview that was done, may his soul rest in peace, Alfonso Nyanti, who elevated the case today. There are scores of people who hear the name Boganje. It started by just that first story. that was done.
Yeah.
And it's all because of the role the media continue to play. Let all of us coexist and let's keep promoting and talking about Liberia, because Liberia is for all of us. We cannot be deported from this country. Our children here, our fathers here, we have investment in this country. And we encourage well-meaning Liberians who want to do business. When you're getting very difficult time in receiving cash from the banking institution, I can say to you the best place that you can turn is Bokan Group of Company. So our doors are open. I want to say thank you again.
Okay. Yes.
They make a conclusion statement even before we say
No.
no time.
Yeah, you know time. But the last time you call for the tournament, you know. You call for the tournament, you'll be in the panel letter.
The next time, they say all letter will be scared.
No. Next year we'll do proper vetting of their squad. We'll not trust our squad. We're going to that borrowed. I know where are some of the customers they brought.
Marka, for us, we do business with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So our players, they are everywhere.
I see.
You see the make confessing.
So our players are everywhere.
But you know what? Next year tournament,
our players will be from everywhere.
Our listeners, the audience, the fan club, everybody will come. But thank you for coming, Chief. It was great. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly.
Okay. So he's been our first guest here this morning, Mr. Elton Jones, the CEO of Bokonjide Group of Companies. Let's take this short break. I'll read you an announcement that was sent to me here. So this short break.
I know I get out of the shadow of His grace and be disgraced. So don't let you get me up and down while I run. You get forever grace. I know I get out of the shadow of His grace. It's flossy, baby. You gonna know. Sit on royal chairs to sit down on my case. Surround me or smoke to play to my head. Me when really I don't make my body. Tell a rebel they won't make me run away. They don't cancel my matter, pull on my highway water. But we all know that they're working to stay in cave. But by the holy fire, my day when I can't go liar. They send their evil arrow, but we send it back to sender. I am a God who is powerful and bigger than you think, more than you think. You say everything I lost, you will get right back 7 times. You say once I have him, I have all I need. Only His grace sufficient for me. And I believe, as you can see, I'm a testimony. That the grace carry me, oh, and I'm by my own step out. Like Jehovah carry me, oh, and I hold me most about. That the grace carry me, oh, and I'm by my own step out. Like Jehovah carry me, oh, and I hold me most about.
This song is by Flogsy. Is that Grace? Grace, she calls it. Yesterday, some of our very, very close friends, relatives, and media colleagues celebrated a birthday. My sister, Inja Groupie, Pekele Prosperous P. Boape, Christofina Yeni, Aaron Kuban, Ada Reeves, and a lot of our colleagues celebrated their birthdays on yesterday. So, again, happy belated birthday to all of you.
7 times. You say once I have him, I have all I need.
So, let me bring this song down and read you this announcement. So I have to do this. It says, we regret to announce the death of Mr. Odate M. Camon. The sad event took place on the 18th of May 2026 at the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital, that's JFK, after a protracted period of illness. The remains of the late Odate Camon has been deposited at the Abraham Roberts Funeral Home located Stephen Tobert Estate. The first family meeting has already been held. The second family meeting is slated for the 31st of May 2026 at the deceased residence in Keba Greenland community at 3 p.m. The wake keeping will be held on the 5th of June at the deceased residence in Keba Greenlight community. Okay, Greenline community, to be followed by the funeral service, which will be held at the Monrovia Open Bible Standard Church on Old Road Town at 10 a.m. on June 6, 2026. The interment will be done at Shatai Flowers and Vault, located Carisburg City, Montserrat County, Liberia. This announcement is signed by Mrs. Noai Camon Wai, daughter of the deceased. For more information, and also Mrs. Shirley Dan Camon, wife of the deceased. But for more information, you can call 0775 331065. 0775 331065 and 0775 582412. 0775 582412. And the announcement, like I said, was brought in by Mrs. Noai Camon Wai, daughter of the deceased, and Mrs. Shirley Dan Camon, wife of the deceased, on behalf of the family. Yes, so let me connect with our guest. Like I mentioned earlier, Bishop Doyen was not able to come straight in person because of other issues last night. So we will just link up with him by phone. It's been a very long time since he last spoke on radio. So we'll talk about his local initiatives in District 2, Montserrat County. We'll talk about other national issues, and we'll ask him some questions and all of that. So the bishop is on the line now, so we will just go strictly to him and say, "Good morning, Bishop."
Good morning, Marka.
It's been a very long time. How are you?
With the grace of God, I'm fine.
Okay. Yes. I know this is our first interaction on this side on OKFM. So a lot of our audience maybe have not listened to you and know much. So I would just love to give you the opportunity to say exactly who is Bishop Nimlen Doyen.
Thank you, and thanks, and good morning to the listening audience. Good morning to the good people of District Number 2, Montserrat County, and to all my Christian friends. Good morning. I'm grateful to God that I'm a Liberian citizen. My father was from, but I was born in Caloke, Maryland County, where I'm now doing some little work. I'm building a house. I'm building a vocational school at Caloke. but I'm resident of Ray Hill Community, Johnsonville Township, Monterey County.
Where is that located? Is it in
Maryland County.
Oh, Maryland. Okay.
Yes, and for everyone who is worried that I'm going to run in Maryland County, so if you come to me with support to run in Maryland County, I'm happy with the legislators of Maryland County. They are doing well. And I cannot go to run against my own people once they have good people who are in charge. Okay. If I were run, it would be in district number 2 in Monterey County, where I have good friends, where I can trust the people, and the people trust me. So I want to thank God, at least the people of District 2 and I, we are understanding one another. We talk, we meet, and a decision will be made sometime, maybe next year.
Okay.
I'm looking at my health, I'm looking at my background, my age, and all of these things. So people are asking me questions. It is difficult for me to answer, but it can be answered. I want to say sorry to the Roman Catholic Church for the death of the 2 priests. Frankly speaking, it is not a news that should have been out in the public. It should not have happened to those priests. I don't know what happened. I'm saying sorry to the Catholic Church. People do not know, to get a priest, it takes several years, sometimes 10 or more years before you get one priest. And I want to appeal to all of our people to learn to take care of our priests, of our sisters. I'm not a Roman Catholic, but I know what people go through because I was in the Roman Catholic Church. I was a Roman Catholic priest, and I just feel too sorry for what has happened. Sorry to the Catholic Church. I want to say to Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, please restore the water to Chapel Gable School. 1,700 students registered this year. We are coming to the end of the school year. We face water problem. We pay for the water. We brought the water. You have blocked us to sell water $10 a container. We beg you. We are finding it difficult buying water.
Okay, so Bishop, I know we'll talk about these other details, but to start with, a lot of time people hear in the news, Bishop Nimland Doyen, the head of the Independent Catholic Church of Liberia, and then a former representative candidate in District Number 2, Montserrat County. So others will ask, a bishop in politics, how do you respond when people ask these kind of questions?
Well, I don't know why they ask these questions. I don't know. A bishop is supposed to be in politics. Our country was started by churchmen. I mean, all of our first presidents, I think, were all pastors. The late President Talbot was not only a pastor in Liberia, but head of the Baptist Alliance worldwide president. So I don't know why they worry about that. And in fact, if I were allowed to be the representative, some of the things I see here, long time, for example, the Jacobtown School, public school, my plan was that in September 2024, classes to start in that school. I got a budget, I was ready to raise the fund, but they stopped me. Recently, the police station in my area here, I was ready to build a police station. People were ready to support the reconstruction of the police station. The people stopped me. But however, people are still looking up to me to do something. But you see, it is difficult when you start and people say stop. To start again, people are wondering, when we say we want to start, will they not stop us? These are the situations.
So others will ask, who are those stopping you?
Oh, right here the representative instructed the community leaders to tell me that I should not build a police station. On the 3rd of January, he had a meeting with them. at Jacobtown, right on the road at the Jacobtown football field there. He had a meeting when I said it was on the 1st of January that I told the community leaders that I will build a police station and hand it over by the end of January. He convened a meeting and told them that I should not build it. Rather, I should just contribute and others will contribute. So I was shocked. But what can I do? That is the power that we have.
Okay, so you mentioned about paying for water to get to the school and parts of that Red Hill community. I remember during the course of the reading season, flooded communities in that area, you were able to distribute food items, I think including around 800 bags of rice. And during the COVID-19 time, you did a lot of donations, and you even mentioned right now that if you were elected, you would have completed a Jacobtown Public School long time ago. So someone will ask, where do you get all these resources from to do that?
It was not 800 bags of rice that I gave recently. It was 1,480 bags.
Okay, I think the 800 was the last batch. Sorry, yeah.
When you have contacts, God can help you. We are not called to be this and that. We are called to help people. But in our country, in order you ask a question, why should a bishop go into politics?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see what people are doing, you do something, they use their political power to just sabotage the whole thing. So the best thing is get there and help your people. I'm sorry for what I see around me. Simple things that could be done. Simple things. Somebody, an individual would just issue a check and problems. I heard at the school building there is about $390,000, United States dollars. Someone was willing to just give me the money to build that, to complete the Jacobtown school. That would have happened between January and July or August. So that in September, classes would have started in Jacobtown. At the Johnson Bay Public School, we wanted to build a library, a computer lab, and an auditorium for the students. These things would have been done between the same time. But, when people who have power decide to block it, what can you do? We brought water right in the community to extend the water all over so that some of us will tell people that we are Christians. That during certain period of the year, Christians are supposed to give to one another. So we could give the water during Christmas time free of charge to people. During Lent, during Easter time, we give water free of charge to the people. To show the people that this country was founded by Christians. But people don't want us to even do our Christian duties. So we just look at them. Now recently there is a bridge, a wooden bridge that was built that I built in 2001. But that's wood. That's
you mean 2021?
2021. Sorry, not 2001. 2021.
Yeah. Okay.
I built that bridge, and it started. Planks started getting spoiled. It needed repairs. But I told the people that by July 26, 2024. I will have completed a concrete bridge and cars will be passing. So for me to go and build and buy planks again, it weighed on me too much. But then I saw people suffering. Somebody fell, a lady fell, a student fell. It was getting a little bad. So I had to come in, and we are now, I think, if they don't complete the renovation, the repair of the bridge this week, today will be tomorrow. I was thinking about building something concrete, a concrete footpath. But maybe if I wanted to do that, those who have power would have connected the Ministry of Public Works, and they would say I should bring the drawing, I should bring the architectural designs. And I don't know how long it would take to approve that. And people are suffering. So we just have to do that, and we are doing that now. So these are some of the little difficulties we are facing. There's a road that is coming to my community here, Ray Hill. In 2018, An estimate was done by a graduate of the University of Liberia who was from this community. And it came to $360,000. Somebody was willing to help us. People blocked me. They say I was not representative. And to do that, I was undermining the representative. So I don't know what kind of problem we face in our country. You are able to do something. Somebody wants to do it. You say no. I'm a poor man. I don't have money. But I can appeal to people to do certain things. When the people understand that there's a need, they will come in to help.
So, Bishop, I know you have some experience over the period of time, government after government. I understand you also worked as Chief of Office Staff to former Speaker Yondwe Mokomna, and you've been following politics from time past. What does it look like now in Liberia? Politics, leadership, governance.
Well, if I would tell you that I'm not very impressed with what is going on in the House of Representatives. The unconstitutional removal of the Speaker did not make our democracy a model to follow. The expulsion of Representative Yaka Kuluba was worse than the expulsion of the Speaker. You see, when you want to take such a decision like expulsion of a representative, a man who represents an entire constituency in government, you don't just go like so fast and quick. That's the first thing. And I heard that he was told to come with his lawyer. Now, what I know, when you are told to come with your lawyer, he's there to guide you and not to just sit as a spectator. But I think they did that. And I started wondering, what are people doing with our democracy? Look, it would have been a wonderful thing in Liberia, in the world, in Africa, if when they wanted to remove the Speaker, and they said to do that, you need a minimum of 49 representatives, and they came to at least 47, 48. And now one representative, because of that, they did not, do it. It would have been a wonderful thing. People would have praised our democracy. Then when the court spoke, they should have listened to the court. And I'm not impressed. But you see, that's the situation we find ourselves in. You have to live as you find yourself.
So stakeholders prefer recommendations. They put out solutions to issues. So if the boy is in your court and you need to advise, what will you say?
No, but there's no way to advise. They have already done it.
I mean, for future.
In 1981, when head of state Samuel Doe invited the paramount chiefs to Monrovia, and he told them that he called them to tell them that he wanted to execute the vice head of state Thomas Wesen. And some chiefs said, "Oh yes, go ahead." One chief, that single voice came from Fatu, paramount chief Kufatapo. He stood and said, "Mr. President, head of state, if you have decided that you want to execute it, you are going to execute. Why did you send for us? We thought you sent for us to say, look, this is what my brother did to me. We would have told you, forgive him this time. But when he tries it again, well, you don't need to call us." So they have already done it. What can people do? Okay? That's the situation we find ourselves in.
So in District 2, you've lost 2 elections, but you still do these initiatives. Why are you still doing it when you try to do some bigger ones? You claimed that there are politicians who are blocking you, but yet still we see you doing these community initiatives.
You can even confine a Christian, but you cannot confine the word of God. We want to do certain things. If they cannot, the little we are able to do, we do. We leave the rest with them. That's it. And the people of the district, they trust me. They believe in me. And I will always try to show them that I'm grateful to them.
But why they have not voted you the two times you have tried? Why they haven't? Why they haven't elected you the two times you have tried?
No, I won one. I lost one. I lost the first one. The second one I won. That is no problem. But 2 years, 3 years, let's put it behind us and go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. So any good question again? Any good question?
Yeah, someone Fatu is asking, listen.
Does your position as a bishop affect maybe your political life? Maybe there are some certain things other politicians are doing, you see them doing, but because of the name you carry, you don't want to do that. Does your position, as a religious person, affect your political career?
Well, I don't know what they are doing. To be frank, I don't know what they are doing.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you can give me an example of what they are doing, or you want to say, for example, if I were in a House of Representatives and they wanted to remove the speaker, my voice would be, if we don't get the 49, we should not. But it's always about the majority. Okay? And if they wanted to expel a member of the House of Representatives as they did to Representative Yeke Koluba, I would have told them, no, this is not the way we should proceed. Let's understand the situation. The main problem is not about what he said, but what is going on at the border. The main problem is what is going on at the border. That we try to go after a little mosquito, a non-issue. This is not fair to us, okay? It is not something that we can go out and post. Look, there is something that happened in our country, but we don't know how to promote ourselves. There was a footballer called George Weah. Anytime you went anywhere, once you say, I'm from Liberia, people were there to embrace you. You think we cannot make our democracy to look like that? When you say you are from Liberia, people just embrace it because of the kind of democratic way we are living? And when people are ready to say they are majority is not always right. According to an American founding father.
Do you say that to say democracy is now also good for Africa?
It depends on what you mean by good. The word good is relative philosophically. But what I'm saying, the way people are proceeding, is not making our democracy an attractive political way of life. No, they shouldn't do that. Even our courts, the imprisonment of Jeremiah, who they call prophet. I don't like to call him prophet because prophet should not be insulted. He insults. He said these things. But the Supreme Court is supposed to know a simple rule. If you are a judge, if a thing pertains to you, you have interest. You're not supposed to be the judge. When we were doing canon law, there was this Martin the Torah state, Nemo Judes in causa sua. You cannot be a judge in a case in which you have personal interest. So when he insulted the Chief Justice's mother, and the Chief Justice said he could not get away with it, the Chief Justice should not preside, could not be a member of the team that investigated him. And the other justices should not have allowed the Chief Justice to do it. So this kind of things don't make me to be, I'm not impressed at the way things are going.
Bishop Doyen, what is your style of politics? You have somebody who you win against and the person won. Are you that person who criticize everything the person does, or maybe when you see all of the good things the person is doing, you praise them? What's your style?
Can you give me one example of anything that the person criticized?
No. This is why I'm asking. What's your style of politics?
About these things. I'm saying the only thing I've said and that I've heard, that I have records of, conveying a meeting to that I should not build the police station, and that I should only make contribution. And the Holy Apostles in Paul says, we must obey those who are in authority. So when I made my contribution, I gave them all the zinc they needed. I gave them all the plants they needed. I think all the steel, I don't know, I think all those ones I gave. I obeyed, I did my duty. Now people are coming to me to complete the building. It can work.
You mean the police station is? You mean the police station is not done yet?
No, it has not even gone beyond. It has not reached Little level. So people are.
Wow, that is surprising to me, though.
The problem I face now is everybody is quiet. But if I say I'm going to build it, they will all come up. So these are the situations
Why you think that is happening with you? Why you think that is happening with you?
I call the name, I'm not hiding. I call the person and say, is it true that you said this? If he says no, then I will prove it that he says so. The bridge we are building in how you call it, to connect these two communities, that is ongoing now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have asked not to work this entire week, that the material should just be there, and that we should just go and talk to people to encourage them to come and do the work. And only to hear on the ground that it was a little syndicate so that the planes will go missing at night. And those planes will be kept. And after some time, they'll be brought back as donation to rebuild the bridge. So we just started building the bridge.
I know you don't like to attach cost to stuff, but what is it costing you to do that? Costing you to do that bridge?
Okay, you know the kind of work we are doing there. You will not be at this time when it is completed. Then you know how much you spent.
Okay. I was asking, would you praise, somebody who you contested against, and the person has won, the district representative, let's say, will you praise him if he's doing something, or they start, the other people follow where they just criticize whether it's something good, but they look at the bad about the things that happen? That's the question I'm asking.
Well, it is not part of my life to criticize people who are doing good.
Okay.
You criticize those who are not doing good. Those who are doing good, you encourage them to do more. That is my side of life. I went to a school of philosophy. We don't just talk and criticize people. You see, I have told you, I gave you, for example, I am not hating what is happening. I built a water line in my community that Marka himself knows about. He was here one time. At that time, I didn't know that when children are demonstrating, people can just interfere and do any kind of strange thing. He witnessed everything. He saw it. Well, I brought the water. Water is who stop the water. I've been saying this. I'm not hiding it. He stopped me from building the bridge. Building the police station. I'm not hiding it. Ask him, did he say so? If he did something good that I know that he did, I will praise him. So this is good. But when it depends on what he used. If he uses government's money to do something, I can praise him. But he uses his own money. So I was going to build a police station, and when they were lobbying for money here and there, got it. Not using government's money. You can praise me. But if he uses government's money to do something, I'm not going to praise him. It's the government's money. It's our money. It is our taxes.
Okay.
So how do you look at it, my dear? You asked that beautiful question.
Okay. So, Bishop, you being an active player in the politics of the country, you ran in 2017 and 2023. That means you were seeing the Ellen administration, the George Weah administration. Now we are in the Barkai administration. I want you to tell our audience or the listeners, what are your gradings of their performance? If you want to talk about governance, you want to talk about the economy and accountability, maybe talking about the fight against corruption and all of that.
Well, since Ellen's government, we will say it came into existence in 2006. But there's a woman who has been in government. She was a cabinet minister in the First Republic, the last finance minister of the First Republic. She knew government. And there's one thing that I really praise her for. She could listen. As a private citizen, if you wrote to her, you get a response. I did that several times. I got 2 responses. One, when they set up motorbikes should not plow the road up to Pinsville, EWA, because police station was burning red light. When I wrote, I said, "Oma, I beg you, some of us want to school, but we don't have jobs. These are the boys that are helping us." And in fact, it is these police, motorcyclists who protected the police station that was at Pipeline. Not a single police officer was there when I was passing. The next day, we got a response. When people used my campus, they set me up. Robert Salif was running to be senator. So they set me up. They said they wanted to use my campus to receive him. Not only they wanted to destroy certain things in my school. When they came, the money that Robert Salif gave, then when it comes to freedom of speech, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and President George Weah, I think that they were. But under this administration, I'm getting afraid to speak freely. Even I don't know what I'm saying here now. What they will not come and arrest me. So there's.
Why are they arresting people for speaking?
Why did they send Jeremiah to prison for 6 months? He spoke.
Who you
what
mean?
He said was not worth hearing.
Okay.
But you don't. I mean, the major
Oh,
thing.
you are referring to Prophet Key. Okay.
Yeah, they call him Key, but I'm a bishop. I can't call such a man prophet. You cannot be saying those kind of things when they call you
So
prophet.
his name is actually Justin Opa Yezian. Yeah,
Okay,
Justin Opa. Yeah, Justin. Yes.
Justin. Okay, they are not supposed. No, he was not supposed to be jailed. You could punish, give him some other punishment, give him some warning. But because
If you were Chief Justice or a member of the Supreme Court bench, you would have done otherwise.
Look, so long I'm Chief Justice, if you did that to me, I will not talk. I will not talk.
Then what's the moral of the society?
If another person brought your complaint, fine. Because the law says, look, in jurisprudence, once you have personal interest, my mom, my pa, my son, my this, my auntie, don't get involved. Don't trouble people. Leave them. That's what I learned. I learned it in philosophy. I learned it in theology. So that's how I live. I'm not saying that what they did, but they already done to the man itself in his prison. But for me, I think it is not good. It is not good. The expulsion of Representative Yeke Kuluba, I mean, these are not things that promote our democracy, that make our democracy proud. No.
Let's start.
When then you come to little, you said I should compare. So when
yeah,
President Ellen Johnson was the best. George Weah also imitated her, but in this administration, I think they were getting behind another senator from Bapulu. Then they almost got behind Senator Snow. What is going on? If they can go after this kind of people, then what about people like us? So that's a comparison. But economically, it's difficult in Liberia. We don't produce anything, we import. So there are other factors. But there's something that is going on about our to get something into Liberia.
Okay.
And it's so hard and expensive. Now, what I know is that Charles Taylor was the one that started these things because all international support stopped.
Okay.
And the only way to survive was to get something from the people. And he put in place some measures at a free port to get money. But these measures are no longer, necessary. So
what are some of those measures? What are some of the measures you are talking about?
When you want to import, the cost of importing.
Okay.
It's very high. The process is slow. That's one of the reasons why I personally wanted to be representative. I wanted to go in government to get duty free. Okay? You want to import something, look, the cost of doing it is very high. And as one of my friends said to me, we cannot be helping the poor and we pay taxes to the government. No. The government is supposed to be grateful that we are helping the people in the country. I mean, we could import rice. Say, okay, we import some containers of rice to give to the people. If the government will agree that it be done free, that we'll get it free. But we are going to pay taxes to the government before we can help the people. No. They said they can't do it.
What do you make of, frequent cabinet meetings, to discuss government policies, implementation, compliance, and all of that? And you can also use that to comment on a directive issued by the president, placing restriction on foreign travels by government officials. He thinks it is carrying money, and sometimes these meetings they are going for don't really bring back anything, and they are spending government money.
Having regular meetings with your employer, the president, having regular meetings with the cabinet and managing directors, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay.
But you see, if you have the executive mansion where you could do it free, then you go to rent a hotel. Then where I would say, that's not how I do my things.
But they are always having the cabinet meetings at the mansion.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
If they have it there, so where's the problem? There's this story in 1984. No, 83 December 34. There was a coup d'etat in Nigeria, and according to them, soldiers went to the governor's house, and they funded money, and they started to question him. This should be corruption. He said, no, where you got all this money from? He said, it's government's money. He says, well, why is the money doing in your house? He said, but this is government's house. Government money in government house, where's the problem? So the executive mansion, if they are going to hotels, to rent hotels, no. The cost of going to rent a hotel, that money could help do something in Liberia. So I will commend him if he's having regular meetings. And I will encourage him to do that. But it should be maybe at a place where that is free of cost, so that the people will benefit.
No, it is free of cost. It's at the executive mansion always.
Very good, very good.
So the latest story is the travel restriction. Government officials, ministers, according to the president, they are traveling frequently. They're not bringing back anything. They're not even making comprehensive reports of what they travel for, what the outcome and all of that. So he's saying nobody should travel more than one time per quarter.
Yeah, but I remember when I told you that they should not rent hotels, then you think I will contradict myself. Anything that would make Liberia to save money, I support it. So if traveling of government officials would make Liberia save money, I support it. And if the traveling does not bring anything to Liberia, I support that kind of, what the president is saying. Look, we have ambassadors all around. An ambassador could just take a ride and go and deliver a message. You ask an ambassador to go and represent you. These are simple little things. We don't have to pay that kind of money. The country needs the money. Our people are suffering. They're suffering in the country. So that is my answer to that.
Do you intend?
The other thing I would say
okay.
is
Yeah.
LRA. The way they collect taxes, I'm very grateful that at least we have an institution that is. But when you go to pay your taxes, the bottlenecks, like me, they have not allowed me to pay my taxes since 2023.
Why?
Number one, they say I must know how to use a computer. That I must come with my computer, and only with that they can teach me a way of doing it. Well, I'm not computer literate. I can play with a manual typewriter. When I'm typing on a manual typewriter, you will dance. But I'm not computer literate. Then, finally, I got someone to help me recently. They said they sent a certain word to a number that I'm no longer using. And every month that passes, there's a penalty. And now, this is the one that worries me. I did not do wrong, but I will pay a penalty. So imagine from 2023, I think October or November, to now, they don't want to receive my taxes. When I go to put another little hindrance there at the huddle and there. So I'm wondering what is going on.
So
it is happening to me alone. Let me say this to you. I'm not seeing it happening to other people where I go because I'm more educated than some of the people that go there. But they don't have problem. But I alone.
What are your suspicions?
According to what I was told, but I will meet with somebody at LRA and tell him what I have discovered. There is a government official that is doing it. Okay, they think that I will run in 2029. So they want to block me there. So that's what they say. That's what I heard. That's what I pick up. But the person is there. It's person at LRA. So I will go there and meet somebody.
But the government looking for taxes to do development, and then they will be maybe working along with somebody to stop a citizen from paying his taxes.
If this one tax can go and this person is prevented, maybe that's to the advantage of somebody. But it happened in 2023. Let me tell this to you. They said I'm bishop, I should pay taxes because I'm bishop. I said, okay. So I sent, this is what I'm expected to do. What I sent for the church was lower than what I sent for the school.
Okay.
But they charged the school about, I think, $450. They charged me $17,000. No, I think $14,000. They charged me $14,000. When the man who did it called Raymond, I'm calling his name again, it's called Raymond. He said the man got money. Now, is that how you collect taxes? Because the man has money. And who told him that I got money?
We will investigate that one.
Oh no, go and ask him. His name is Raymond. I'm telling you, when the whole thing came up before, a boss man came in, and my taxes were reduced to about 1,400. Even at 1,400, I wanted to question it, but then election was coming, I was delaying, so I paid it. When I want to pay in October, they said I should bring all the receipts before they will accept my, taxes. We came back and then we had to go to election commission, go to the Supreme Court, and as a human being, you start wondering what is happening in your country. How do people behave like this? Are we human beings? Even the beasts don't behave like that. I have dogs in my yard. There's a way I observe the dogs. They behave. Certain time you allow the other one to pass. Look at the dogs. When another dog is passing, I have females and male dogs in my yard. The male dog will rather run behind the male dog that is coming, but the females will not run behind it. When they see the female dog coming, the male dogs will go and play with it. The female dog will chase it. See the kind of orderly way they live. This is our place. I am a citizen of this country. I go to pay my taxes. And they treat me the way they do. I'm telling you, from 2023. So every month there's small penalty I'm paid. I don't know, $2, $3, $5 I'm paying. On the day they are ready, I have to find out money and pay. Why are they treating me like this? I'm a citizen. If I don't have the money, okay. I saw our grandparents. They would tie them, drag them because they could not pay taxes. I know the importance of taxes. I go to pay my taxes, you say no.
Yeah, I think the LRA folks will have to come or invite you so that you can do that arrangement with that system they have. I think it's a new system. They've been talking about it. They've been providing some education about it. I'm not sure whether it is specifically targeting you. I'm not saying I don't know what is happening behind the scene, whatever you are suspecting, but what I know is that the LRA has a new digital system. That's what they've been working with in recent times.
Let me say this to you. When the government sets up any system, there must be a way to help those who cannot help themselves. I am not computer literate. I applied to the American embassy through digitally. They have they say go to somebody who knows it. They have a way, even right there among themselves. They could set up a place that you can freely go and get the thing done. But every month I'm paying a penalty for what I did not do.
Okay, Bishop. Stay on the line. Let's take some calls and hear from our listeners. Just stay on the line. So, Bishop Nimle Donya there on the line with us from Johnsonville in District Number 2, Montserrat County. We've been talking about a lot of different things. We talk about governance issues. We'll talk about local community development initiatives and a lot more. And he strongly believes that some of his initiatives stopped because of politics. He believes there are people who don't want him to become representative in the district, so they think when he's doing a lot of things, it will give him the leverage, especially with the people. So call us on 0777 700 995, 0777 700 995, 0555 995 995, 0555 995 995. Let's take this first caller right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka, and good morning, Abigail. Good morning to Bishop Doyen. Marka, this is Morris Moses Monka, a permanent son of District Number 2.
Okay.
Marka, quickly, let me say this. I have lived in the district, and I understand the district. Bishop Doyen has been doing extremely well for the district. Let me say this. But I'm surprised today that Bishop Doyen is saying that his government is fighting freedom of speech. Forgetting to know that freedom of speech comes with responsibility. If anyone does wrong, they should be able to account for it. He's doing well for the district. Let him focus on that. Emmanuel, let me advance on this note. District Number 2 belongs to Unity Party. Unity Party never lost District Number 2. Even in 2017, the CDC won the entire Monserrato. Unity Party still won District Number 2. So I'm advancing.
2017 was Honorable Jimmy Smith, a member of the Unity Party.
I'm saying, yeah, but you know who made Jimmy Smith won District Number 2? Most of his supporters were Unity Party then.
I'm not talking about the party he ran on to win the seat. Don't talk about what are some of his supporters. Obviously, there will be people from other political parties who will support certain individuals.
I'm saying, even in the run-off election president, we have won all districts in Montserrat except District Number 2. He won all districts except District Number 2. Check the records. So that place you see Camp Marka in the government, I don't think it will be good for you. That one I advise you to decide because your supporters will come from all over. So you need to calculate well so as to better yourself. Thank you very much.
Okay, he will respond. No.
Good morning, Marka.
So I got the headphone right to the phone here so you can listen to what the callers are saying. He said.
There was sound coming, but I could not hear him. If you could just summarize what he said.
Well, he said he appreciated the work you do in the district, but he believes that maybe going against in fact the district is a Unity Party district, going against the party or the Unity Party administration in the district will not be a good thing for you. I think that's the summary of what he said. So listen to the next caller. Let's see if you hear them. Hello.
Marka, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. Bishop, are you hearing the other caller? Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to Bishop Nimle Doyen. My name is Moses Andrews, and I joined the conversation from my District 13 resident. You know, I followed the bishop, and I want to appreciate him for all of his initiatives in District Number 2. I do not live there, but my parents have property there, so I'm there more often. When you go in the district, you will hear a lot of Bishop Doyen. One thing that some of our politicians should understand in this country, that these offices that you occupy today are not your personal property. When you think that you can struggle other people who have the opportunity, who want to help the people, and you feel that because you have power, you can stop them from doing certain things. Tomorrow history will require you on the wrong side.
Okay.
So When somebody has the hand and they want to help the Liberian people, give them the opportunity to help. When you feel that you are your leader, you.
All right, thank you. So those of you calling my private line, that's the line that I have the bishop on. So you have to stop calling my private line, please. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Marka.
Good morning. Go ahead.
And let me say good morning to Marka too. My name is Henry M. Gray. I joined the conversation from Renaissance, and I am a member of the United Party International Bureau. Marka, one of the main things you should tell the bishop was to tune in a radio, then he will be listening to the callers. Then after everything, then he call you back, then he start to have the conversation. Yeah, that was one of the recommendations I made to him. But however, my conversation is wrapping around freedom of speech from the Dominican government. Like what Moses Mogai said, the first caller, Marka, in Liberia, we have freedom of speech, but the freedom of speech comes with responsibility. For an example, the current managing director of LPRC, he made a comment. He said, we don't need rest. If we are administration, we don't need rest. We need AK-47. When I didn't stop it, just for the sentence, it was in place on Facebook. He was suspended at last. 12 went and resigned. So every other speech that you give, accountability. Bishop, all of your comments there on the radio, it doesn't have any. They don't have a comment that you have made. So nobody come here after you. When it comes to the taxes restriction on him, I think I fought against that because why? The person that will be LRA, it is still with the taxpayer money. So it's still being in that way that he will not be able to pay the tax to pay that person.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Mr. Theophilus too, a resident of District Number 2, Masulago County.
Okay.
I want to tell God thank you. We are in the district. We monitor most of the elections. We are not saying that the district is not for Unity. No district here for Unity Party. This district belongs to Liberians. And
Call up your radio in the background.
Okay, let me get out. Are you getting me clear now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I want to tell God thank you for Bishop J. Nimina Doyen. Bishop Doyen has been playing some rules that even our representative here is supposed to play. Every time market got born, Bishop Doyen came and built the market. The bridge you're talking about, the bridge is a longer bridge that government is supposed to intervene. But Bishop Doyen alone is doing the bridge. When you come again, the other time, the horses in the time market took another fire. Bishop Doyen was the one that came in.
Okay.
This man have lost one election and won one. The one he won and the cheater him, this is the reason why the district belongs to the Unity Party. We don't want to talk plenty here. That particular man deserves praises. He deserves to nothing we getting from him.
All right. Thank you. So that's how much we can do. We just have at least I think 2 minutes to go. So we'll just give the rest of the time to Bishop to respond. Yes, Bishop, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I think this is the disadvantage of not appearing
in person.
Yes, because when I hear some of the freedom of speech comes to responsibility, and I believe everybody knows that I know. Okay, but you see, the reason why this man is sent to prison is wrong. He should have insulted somebody's mother. Okay, but the person whose mother he insulted is the Chief Justice, and the what guys, lawyers, I mean justices is that once it is your man, your power, then you are not supposed to judge that person. If I'm wrong, they should hold me responsible.
So your point is the Chief Justice should have recused himself from the entire hearing process.
He is part of the panel that investigated the man, and the other justices should have told him that if you are a part, will not be a part. That is what I think I learned.
Okay, but
that's
Bishop,
what I accept of my Supreme Court. Then the freedom of speech, my dear, you cannot say everything is free. In fact, the most expensive thing is freedom. So if you say what you are not supposed to say, and you are held responsible, that's it. What I'm saying here today, when I'm held responsible. But I expect now to be treated fairly.
Okay. Yeah, Bishop. Yeah, so just say a parting comments as we take leave of you now, no time.
Well, I want to say thanks to all the people, especially those who are helping to get a bridge fixed. Mary Jala, Pastor Fala, and the others, Mr. Nyeman Harris, Mrs. Sando, James, and others. I want to say thank you to Akwe, Kova, Milton Numbo, and I think other people.
Okay.
Thank you for the work that you are doing, and thank you for allowing me to say a word. It is difficult for me to leave my house and get to OK in the morning. It's difficult. I will not make it because of traffic.
When the time reach, you will come.
Yeah, well, by that time, I believe I will have another priest here to do the morning activities. Then I can do mine later.
Okay.
But now all my priests are away from me. I'm the only one here.
Okay.
Since it is not serious yet.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, man.
Okay. Yeah, so Fatu, close.
Yeah, it has been a wonderful show, on the overall. Everything that happened, we expected everything, In the others that did not happen, we did not expect it. So my name is Fatu. We'll be here next Friday.
Thank you.